the hard one, the dream was very delicious. We run around, we look at things, we listen to them. It commit us more to making sure that JFK becomes that hospital to Banga, the TB hospital, went to see it, Benny. They came here, they did an assessment. Our job is to make sure that what's for the benefit of the sacrifice of taking the training. You need to have the right things to work with. You need to have the right condition to work with. And that will come as
Good morning, early risers. You're listening to the Punch Breakfast Show, your ultimate wake-up call, with your hosts Bokai Amara Kamara and Harris G. Belly. Rise and shine, everyone. Time to kickstart your day with laughter and great vibes.
That's right. Grab your coffee and get ready for a sizzling morning packed with the hottest topics and the coolest tunes.
We've got everything you need to jumpstart your day, from news that matters to interviews with your favorite. We're dishing out those feel-good stories that will put a smile on your face.
So sit back, relax, and let us spice up your mornings. The Punch Breakfast Show starts now.
Stay tuned for a morning full of energy and entertainment, right here on Punch Radio 106.7 FM.
Sit back, relax, and let us spice up your mornings. The Punch Breakfast Show starts now.
Stay tuned for a morning full of energy and entertainment, right here on Punch Radio 106.7 FM.
Sit back, relax, and let us spice up your mornings. The Punch Breakfast Show starts now.
Stay tuned for a morning full of energy and entertainment, right here on Punch Radio 106.7 FM. Good morning, early risers. You're listening to the Punch Breakfast Show, your ultimate wake-up call, with your hosts Bokai Amara Kamara and Harris G. Belly. Rise and shine, everyone. It's time to kickstart your day with laughter and great vibes.
That's right. Grab your coffee and get ready for a sizzling morning packed with the hottest topics and the coolest tunes.
We've got everything you need to jumpstart your day, from news that matters to interviews with your favorite. We're dishing out those feel-good stories that will put a smile on your face.
So sit back, relax, and let us spice up your mornings. The Punch Breakfast Show starts now.
Stay tuned for a morning full of energy and entertainment, right here on Punch Radio 106.7 FM.
Sit back, relax, and let us spice up your mornings. The Punch Breakfast Show starts now.
Stay tuned for a morning full of energy and entertainment, right here on Punch Radio 106.7 FM.
Yeah, it's another wonderful, great Monday morning. It's another wonderful, great Monday morning across Liberia. Let me say good morning to you wherever you are, however you're listening. Welcome to another edition, a brand new edition of the Punch Breakfast Show. That's the PBS. It comes your way Monday to Friday, beginning at exactly 7 o'clock. It takes us up until 10. Yeah, from Monday 7 to 10 o'clock, Monday to Friday, right here on Punch 106.7, your citizens radio. Yep, this is where we put patriotism above self, right? This is where we talk the talk. We talk to the shakers, the movers, the news makers, those behind the news. We analyze, we critique. Yes, that's what we do here at Punch 106.7, live from Painesville, outside the nation's capital, Monrovia, to be specific, 72nd. Yep, welcome. Boakai Amara Kamara is my name. I'm pretty seated here for you. I'm not here alone. I'm here with my colleague. That's a Harris Betty. We are here this morning to bring you a power-packed presentation, a mind-blowing, clear analysis presentation this morning on the Punch Breakfast Show. Today is Monday, the 29th day of the month of, that's the 7th month, the year 2024, with the time exactly 10 minutes past 7 o'clock. Let me cross over and welcome my colleague, that's Mr. Harris Betty. Harris, good morning, welcome to the show.
Good morning, Boakai, and Good morning, everyone. I'm on this morning. I'm doing good. I'm perfect as well. For the gift of life and the blessings of God Almighty upon our life. So I'm good. I'm doing wonderful this morning.
Yep. So how was the weekend? It was a long weekend. We begin on Friday, which was a holiday, coming up until yesterday. And today we are beginning a brand new day. How was the weekend? And the holiday as well.
Well, my weekend wasn't that favorable though. I had a lot of challenges over the weekend. Uh, some of them were indeed challenging though, but howbeit, we still had the time to be who we are. The challenges were meeting, uh, most of whom were meant to put us down. But yeah, howbeit we were able to rise above those challenges, and I'm good this morning. I'm doing wonderful. Thankfully, we went through from Friday. Had the time to celebrate 177 years as a country, and afterwards we since then Friday, Saturday was the weekend follows. Sunday as well, we got to prepare to be on Monday, and so we are ready. Yeah, but I'm doing good. I'm doing wonderful, and I had not a good weekend though, but at least with the grace of God, we are back to continue.
Okay, folks, we are back to continue. Yeah, mine was okay. We visited family. Yeah, just spent rest of the day home. Most especially on a holiday, I spent the entire day home. Yeah, it was just all about being yourself. That's all. But in thank God, we are 177. We would like to look at 177. What can we boast of as a nation? And the national orator, right after the Friday event, her message to Liberia took center stage. And a lot of Liberians been looking at the controversy surrounding her message to Liberia. Some are saying it was favorable. Some are saying that it was non-patriotic. And all of these things will power pack them this morning to bring it up for the Liberian people. But let's begin. We are still holding our people the audit report from the CBL and the Ministry of State, which we'll be looking at on tomorrow. Yeah. We really want to delve into that audit report, but it will be done on tomorrow. Let's look at the auditors. Let me say the orator presentation on Friday. Right after her presentation, there was a lot of controversy surrounding her presentation on Friday. From your own perspective, how do you look at her presentation?
Well, I think Dr. Pele message to Liberia, as with the case of the 177 independence celebration, when she talked about a radical agenda for Liberia, it reconciled with the theme of the independence celebration. Mind you, we had a national team that building a Liberia for all Liberians.
Mhm.
And so to build a Liberia for all Liberians, we need a radical agenda that whether you are an opposition, whether you are an opposition, whether you still believe that President Boakai is not president of this country, whether you still subscribe to a political party above the country's interest, I think we need a radical approach. We need to challenge ourselves that even though I'm a lover of this party, I've pledged my allegiance, my support to this party, but I believe the greater responsibility is on us to make sure that our nation becomes great. So how can we do that? Is that to go at my party and say, listen, why is it that we will have the politics? We will discuss the politics, but it is interesting that I contribute to my MC to my country in my own way possible. There are hundreds of Liberians out there that are able to create jobs for their fellow Liberians. There are Liberians out there that have opportunities to invest in the young people, But the notion has been that because I'm not a part of this government, I don't support this government, or I don't subscribe to the government's agenda, so I cannot, in a way, even if I'm having the capacity or I'm able to contribute, what about job creation, scholarship opportunities, and the different opportunities, I cannot just do it. And so because of that, it has affected us as a whole. What I've seen across Africa and around the world as well, you find out when government is having conversations of such, you find opposition figures, they have been invited to state conversations. You find opposition figures have been invited to be around the table to discuss business, to discuss the economy, to discuss the security of the country. Because not necessarily that because they're opposition. It is because those opposition are having contributions in the different sectors. So, for instance, if we have an opposition figure that is contributing immensely in the security sector, when government is having a conversation, a national conversation surrounding security, regardless of it being an opposition figure, you'll be called to the table for consultation. If government is having discussion, if government is having economic discussion that tend to impact the country, and so if you are a Liberian or an opposition figure that's contributing towards the economy, I mean, whether you doing business or you providing job or what have you, when government is having such a conversation, you're going to be invited, not because you're an opposition, but because you are a contributor to that sector. If we discuss education matters in this country, if, for instance, you have investment in the education sector, obviously you will be invited to the table. So if we have the country as such that people see Liberia above themselves, when people see Liberia above their political institutions, when people see Liberia above their loyalty to individuals, then at that level, we begin to take the radical approach. Then the radical approach then will center around building a new Liberia.
Yeah.
So in essence, that's how we can interpret the orator's message as with the national theme. Because mind you, President Barker emphasized that. When the president had the time to speak, he was very emphatic. The president said, listen, we cannot build Liberia when we still thrive on division and disunity in this country. We cannot build Liberia when we still thrive on tribalism and people believe that religion should supersede our discussions, that political affiliations should supersede our discussions as a nation. We have a national agenda. What is required of everyone is that perhaps you with that political institution, or perhaps your tribal belief, your religious, affiliation might not equally permit you to be, fully in support of the government agenda. But you could look at one sector to target. For instance, if I am a clergyman, and I think that I don't want to dwell in a conversation with Rose before someone says that, I know perhaps I'm doing this because of political favor. I just want to look at the agriculture sector. Of recent, the National Christian Council had a seminar where they brought, clergymen from across Africa. And at that seminar, it was discussed that the National Christian Council of Liberia will invest usually in agriculture development. So, let's say, for instance, if I'm with a particular political institution and I don't want to perhaps align myself altogether with the government, I could take this one pillar. Perhaps I want to look at education. And I set up my approach, I set up my investment in education. The next one could look at the health sector. And tell his approach with the health sector. The next man could look at agriculture. And his contributions could be directed towards agriculture. And from one sector to another, you will find both the private and the public sector. From one institution to another, you'll find government surrogates and opposition loyalists. But we come together because we want that sector to improve. Like that, then we are building a new Liberia for all Liberians. So then we will sit down around the table, we're discussing the politics. We will speak because we have investment in the country. We will speak because we have investments in these sectors. But a lot of our politicians here, they speak, a lot of our politicians are criticized. That criticism, today, if I ask you on the overall, what judge we are investing in this country? Let's speak the politics now. What judge we are direct investment in this country? What can you point to aside from Kings FM that I don't even know if it's still in existence or not?
Yeah, it's still existing. But again,
Clark TV.
they say again cross for moment.
Apart from Kings FM and Clark TV, what George Weah as a person can point to in this country as a direct investment? Prior to President Barker becoming President Barker had the Barker Foundation. That humanitarian services are contributing to it. I mean, providing direct aid to Liberians. I'm saying, regardless of being politics. Today, I've asked that question. What George Weah direct investment that we can point to? Unless now you tell me the ones that honor covers, maybe the one that do, in that kind of way that we know of. But we have had a time to investigate. We're yet to come. So President Barker says, in our mind, we cannot continue to be this way. We'll sit down, we'll discuss, the nation is this, the nation is what, leaders are this. Then the leaders ask, okay, fine. What are your contributions as well?
What can we do?
What can we do together?
Yeah.
These are not there. So that's what the president said, let's come together. And when all of us come together, then we build a new Liberia for the new Liberians. I mean, for all Liberians. Then the orator is saying to us, let's have a radical approach. Because all of us coming together, mind you, there will be division. I mean, there will be disunity. We're all coming together, even though there will be dissatisfaction, rather. That's the word I wanted to use. Dissatisfaction. There will be grievances. There will be disenchantments. People will be aggrieved. But at the final analysis, we need a radical approach. There are times we look at and say, Brother, you know what? I mean, we understand the thing we hear you, but we'll do it. We understand, Mr. President, if you do, we know that your interest is with the judicial system, but this one, the judicial system is doing, we not support it. That's a radical approach that the orator spoke of. I know there are conversations surrounding, the center of attraction, which of course we will get to. But if you were to ask me, Buckeye, as per our interpretation of the orator's message, as with the national team and what the president reminded Liberians of, then we can have a conversation surrounding that.
And like you said, you put it rightly. Her call was patriotism and love for country. She said, for me, I am a grassrooter. I come from the slum. And my focus here is how can we build this country? Let's let go of politics. Let's let go of a political party. Let's go of everything and rally around this country in development. How can we do that? How can we get there as a nation? Those are the questions that she asks. Those are the hard questions that she asks. And she sees she believed that the national legislature isn't doing much. The executive isn't doing much. The judiciary, all sector, they are all corrupt. And she pointed that out in her speech. She was not specific about only the executive or the legislature or the judiciary. She flagged out every sector and the problem that they are fixing. She went to the judiciary. She said that corruption are eating the fabric of that society, that even the lawyers are being bribed. Once you the first to carry complaint, you pay small money, you will win a case. And it shouldn't be like that. Justice is blind. Justice is not your friend. It's not because you are giving somebody money, then you become the winner. Or because you have the big name in the country, then you win a case. It shouldn't be like that. She pointed that out. There was a lot of positive things in her message. Some were against this government. And of course, the selection of the head of the War Economic Crimes Court. She said it was not done through the proper channel. She said there was no civil society vetting in a selection. The president just went selected. And it shouldn't be done like that. She flagged it out. And she talked about the yellow machines and the way they are coming in. The president should pass through the referral channel if he wants for his his character to remain the way it is. He should go about doing the referral thing. She flexed some of these things out. And a few guys, what they only saw in the message previously was the Charge FL walking out of the conference. That was the only thing that they took away. And they started running away with it. They started running with it. And later now, when they let it entire statement came out, when they started seeing the real tangibles, the real message, they let go of the Charge FL, they started focusing now on the real message. And Harry, there was a lot of takeaway. We only saw the issue about the Charge FL walking away, but there were a lot of takeaways in that message.
Of course, and before, that's what I said. The Charge Affairs situation was treated separate as a topic this morning.
Yeah,
but that appealing message, it reminded me of Lima Bowies when she served as the orator.
Yeah,
when she had a conversation on an opposition, no position, those are in position. Their responsibilities to this country. That's how I viewed Dr. Palin's message. Now, she was very clear, Buckeye, that the president, since taking over, there have been missteps. And she had the courage, she had the tenacity, Buckeye, she has the courage. She has the courage to address that gathering, reminding President Buckeye of the mistakes, therefore. And what can the president do to correct those mistakes? Buckeye, if nothing satisfies you on that day, that conversation satisfies me. At times when you have it, people say, why the other people, that's a conversation.
Yeah.
Oh, we make noise of it. The way about the time the president brought the legislature in the conversation, what the law says about concession, about agreements, about loans, about what have you, what the government will enter into, agreements that the government need to enter. She had that discussion and reminded the president. You want to talk about the establishment of the office of the World Economic Council, which of course, that she says, it is important that Liberia ensure that justice prevail for those that are committed, for those that suffered the mayhems in this country due to the 14 years of senseless civil war in this country. She said, why is it that we want to ensure that injustices are wiped out from our country? But the procedure, the manner informs in which the selection was being carried out to have a chairperson for that office was totally out of order in all wisdom. Now, mind you, the orator's view does not in any way mean that it is the truth altogether.
Yeah.
Right? It is an opinion that backed by evidence. An opinion that has been backed by the present reality.
Yeah.
Or the conversation, therefore.
It's not even the opinion of the government.
It's not, it does not represent the opinion of the government. That's why the government does not prepare the speech of the orator. That's why the government does not, tailor the message of the orator. That's why the government does not develop the theme that the orator will speak on.
No.
What the government will do is that she will send out the national theme of which the independence has been celebrated on. Then with that, the orator now will develop a message that reconciles with that theme. So when we to look at Pere's message, if the national government say we want to build a new Liberia for all Liberians, then Pere is saying that we need a radical approach.
And once the orator not coming send their message to the government, say, oh, message I come read to you. There's absolutely nothing like that. Some people don't know some of these things. The orator not have anything to do with the government. The government can only tell you, say, oh, that you don't want for you to speak on the issue, this topic. Then you go and you develop your talking point and come and present it. There is nothing between you and government that, oh, you go and develop your message and can show it to government and say, oh, that message I come go real. How you look at it? No, it's not done like that. You can continue, Harris.
So exactly, the Baka said, that's how it is. So understanding Pearl's message, Buckeye, she dealt with the disregard for the rule of law, as with the president proceedings. Want to talk about not following the proper channel in terms of the accusation of the yellow machines. She left from there. She dealt with the legislature. That is because the legislature is not working in the interest of the Liberian people. The reason why we find a lot of things are happening She left from there, she went to the judiciary as well, Bakai.
Mhm.
It challenged the judiciary. That's the reason why we see a very poor climate of investment is because even those investors are not safe. They believe that the laws in this country does not protect them as well.
Mhm.
They believe that the laws in the country, that the judiciary system is bent on corruption to a way that before you carry investment in this country, you must invest hugely in corruption. That corruption has become a sector altogether in Liberia that you must invest in to succeed in Liberia. Unlike in other countries, corruption is being carried out, but it is being done in a way that even those that perform corruption are scared. Even those that perform corruption, or even those that are corrupt, they are afraid of being noticed that they are being corrupt. In our country, it is the opposite. Those that are corrupt are the ones that pray and wish that the public should know that they are corrupt. So if you were to have such a conversation, then you get to understand that Peter's message had everywhere, every sector in this country that extortion. Challenging the president, Parker. In the face of the president, saying, Mr. President, there were missteps.
Yeah.
In the face of the president, Mr. President, there is a need that this library you want to build, you need a radical approach.
Sure.
And the radical approach is that by one fact, ensuring that all of the laws in this country are being respected and obeyed. Parker, you want to ask yourself, how is it that does that even reconcile when the president said no business as usual? The no business as usual means that we should have a radical approach, and a radical approach should build a new Liberia. And that's what I said when I listened to that message, Barkai. I begin to connect those points. So then I remember the president, during the president inauguration address, when the president has said no business as usual. There had come a time, this Liberia that I'm inheriting, we won't do what we have done over the years. We won't go back to the dark days. We won't go back to the things that we done in common in this country. Things that we welcome. We felt that it was easier to deal with. That we had our officials sanctioned in this country, and we welcome and embrace it. That we have a conversation where international partners sat open it and criticize our country, and we welcome such a criticism.
Yeah.
When we had the EU envoy condemning our city and telling it has been the deadliest across the world, we welcome and embrace that because it was done for political motives. When we had in this country that where the U.S. Ambassador McCarthy has said Liberia is as corrupt as any country you are seeing in the world, we embrace and welcome that, even though that there are steps taken when that phrase was being used as a kleptocrat government. It was being welcomed, it was being entertained by Liberians, and we celebrated such a criticism. So the president said at that time, no business as usual. That if we have welcomed all of those criticisms and want to move on as a country, what that is needed now is to have a new Liberia, to build a new Liberia. That's why the president, in all of his doings, he said one thing: we need to think Liberia, we need to love Liberia, and we need to build Liberia. Then Dr. Peter came on that faithful 177 independence celebration. He said, Mr. President, we cannot think Liberia, we cannot build Liberia, we cannot love Liberia when we don't have a radical approach to the problems. Because we have an existing history of disobedience in this country. We have an existing history of disregard for the rule of law. We have an existing history of corruption. We have an existing history of public officials now serving the interests of the people. So were we to think Liberia, were we to love Liberia, were we to build Liberia, Mr. President, we need a radical approach.
And that radical approach, how core was that? This must define us. Prioritizing both national building, that's a nation building, and state building for the low cost decades. Liberia has focused almost exclusively on state building at the expense of nation building, yet on a state building at the expense of national building. Yet we cannot succeed without others. Whereas, there was somewhere that I was reading about corruption coming, where she talk about corruption, how people taking scratch card, everything. Oh Lord, the speech is totally long. We won't go in all this morning. In addition, corruption prosecute. She said, prosecuting people in soon to be established national anti-corruption court. We must also remove corruption, including expenditure, from our budget, such as inflated salaries for elected and appointed officials, imported vehicles, fuel and scratch cards, allotments. These funds should be relocated to incentive doctors, nurses, teachers, and police officers. Government agencies must be audited, and elected and appointed officials should also declare their asset for public scrutiny as requirement of assuming office. Is it lying, my people? Harris, is she lying here? Some people, lawmakers, some government officials, they take a scratch card, coupons, gasoline. Why you have for us to even get bus, the NTA buses, for us to go and stay on the road, for us to get bus to go to work? It's hard. Some people taking huge amount of money, and you want to tell us that this delay is lying? It not just begin under this Buakai's administration. It been existing. But how can we curtail some of these things? How can we put stop to them? How can we as a nation focus our finance instead of it going to politicians? How can we distribute them to doctors, police officers, nurses, those that are taking care of us at various hospitals and clinics around here? How can we empower our teachers, those that are molding our minds, that are educating us? How can we invest into agriculture? How can we? These are the questions that the ignorant is asking. And you want to say that her message was divisive? You want to say that her message was not at the point? Yes, of course it was. Yes, of course. We may not agree with all of the things that she said, but some we can say 80 or 75% of the message she preached it to us Liberians. It's not only to our government, it's not to the past administration, it's not to the present administration, it's to all of us Liberians that we have to focus. You can be a lawmaker for a district, you can be a senator for a county, you can be a president for a country, you can be a minister for a ministry, you can be a director for an agency. The message was going to you. How can we develop this country with the mindset that we have as a country, with the mindset we have as Liberians? How can we? And it was power pack, Harris.
Indeed, it was that message Waka was it resonated in every sector of the country. And that's why for me, I said on the aspect Waka, as we had the discussion on the Tapiri's message, I've taken a bit of exception as well. I've been one of those persons that have taken a bit of exception when her position towards the U.S.-Liberia relations. And I have had the time to carefully review her accounts provided that validates or guarantee her statement that the U.S. has taken more from Liberia than what she has given. That the United States has treated Liberia as the stepchild. And in her call, that Liberia should not be nobody's stepchild.
Yeah.
Even though it is a bit, paradoxical, you want to say it that way. But I've been reading through. And when I sit on this radio, and I'm telling you that our formation as a country, including our constitution, including our history that got us up to this point. And when we talk about every time I'm being battered, right? I want to listen. Someone say Liberia gained her independence from the United States. I'm listening. And our history is reminding us that Liberia gained her independence from the United States. I'm reading carefully. I'm being told that Liberia as a country was being colonized by the United States. But our history is telling us that the country was colonized by just an organization. An organization called the ACS. So that organization is the U.S. government is the American Colonization Society. So perhaps we can say the symbol had the Liberia, Chamber of Commerce, for instance. So we have just that organization set aside, that felt a need that we were too much in the country. So they wanted to bring us back. If nothing has reminded us over the years, that it was from that point where we to understand that there's no reason for America responsible for our problems. Because America has said to us that, listen, you're too much in our country. And we tired of Somalia now. So say you're kind in our country, that was a conversation around the 1820s now. So say you're too much in our country, for us, we tired. We want you to be our country and they'll be floating around the place. So what are we doing? We will say you're buying your country. But then we don't even have a country called Liberia by then. So we say we're going to go, we're going to see. So they came to do that investigation to find this land called Liberia. I'm definitely not through this point to get to a point. So they found this land called Liberia and the negotiations have been made and they bought this land. So by understanding that this land called Liberia was being bought. So we didn't get country in the place. And we need to hold America down because that organization in America came and bought this land. So that America get land. So America should be making determination on what she should do for Liberia. And now Liberia making determination on what America should do for her. If we need to understand our history that way now. Because they said the ACS came and met people on the land. So the people that met on the land, they sold this land to them. So that free slaves should come. So by that conversation, when the land was being sold to the ACS, so if you say the ACS is an American organization now, so the land was being sold to the ACS. So it means that America bought this land. So moving forward, they have to make determination on whether or not they should support Liberia. And not Liberia suggesting or Liberia demanding America to support her. So that's one aspect of it. Perhaps in the wisdom of the forefathers of America said, let's buy the land to be our retrieve ground. Let's buy the land to be a place where at certain point in time we'll go there and collect resources from this place and bring it. Maybe we understand that we need this one, we'll go there and get it. Maybe in the wisdom of the forefathers of America, that's what they thought of at the time. They didn't have that conversation with us. We never didn't care to ask them on that conversation. So we sold our land to them. So by understanding means that we gave you the right. Wasn't that how they came here? They established the Commonwealth government. They begin to rule as per their own order and as per their own request. So it was an interpretation that we already secure this land. We make a determination on what should we do with it. Our style of governance, our way of worship, our things, the way we dress, the way we act should be our determination. And not those who met on the ground. That's how westernization came in Liberia. That's how civilization was birthed in Liberia. All two, we held this conversation. So in 1847, we said, no, even though your brothers, your body live for all, but we're tired. We won't be on our own. So they got own leg here too, and will be able to manage. But prior to that period, what we had was that the Americans were making determination for us here in Africa. They determined who should be, our leader. They determined who should hold position in this place and what have you. So if you understand, that's how America wanted Liberia to be. Over the years, that's how she wanted to rule Liberia. So if you say Liberia gained independence from America, and this is where my disappointment, my disagreement has been over the years. If you say Liberia gained independence from America, how is it that I get independence from you? It took you over 10 plus years to realize I get independence from you. So it's the me and Buckeye on the show. So I said, man, you know what? Today I'm tired, man. I won't be on the show again. After 10, 15 years before Buckeye said, someone asked Buckeye about Harris. I said, Harris. Oh, I remember Harris just tell me that he won't be on the show. You can't be serious. So it was at that point that we realized that all through wisdom of America, she wanted this country, Liberia, to be like maybe just a little area, a little kind of place that she was going to come on and just do what she wants to do and be cool with it. So if we have challenged ourselves since 1847 and get independence from America, then what independence means we should stay on our own. We should factor on our own. Buckeye, if it was been a conversation that since 1847, we still, since 1820 up to 1832 and moving forward, we still had America making determination for us. We still honor the leadership, honor the guardianship of America. And at that level, we could have had a conversation to say, okay, fine, that America the cause for our problem because they don't want overall, they don't making determination for us. But in 1847, we said no, we will become independent. So the word independent means that no one having direct influence over you, that you make your own decision, you do your own things, and you make, you create your own friendship, and you make determination of the friendships you created. So if that was the case, we birthed our president. That was the case, we established our government. That was the case, we birthed forth our judiciary. And we begin to function. But the mistaken part of forefather day, you know why? All through that we said we were independent, we replicate. We were a replication of all what America has done. In terms of the judicial system, their structuring was what we replicated. In terms of their legislation, in terms of the legislature, the structuring of the government is what we replicated. In terms of the executive, their structuring is what we replicated. To a point that even our pledge, it is part of the America's pledge. We are only removing and injecting it. To where we have the United States, we remove it and put our brand in there. That's just how we did. To a point that our constitution is likely the summary of the American Constitution is why we talk and brought in this country. So at that point, we have already sold ourselves to America. So we say we're independent, but we can still our own. We can't do anything by ourselves. So since 1847, that conversation has been. Our history hasn't said these things to us. But if you were to understand, if you were to discuss, and interpret it, the history of Liberia, then you will get to know it. But let's leave all of I just want us to connect the point now. So we move on.
That's what I'm carefully listening to you.
For 1847, when we went through all of those processes, we went on. We had a time in 1950 to produce our own black president, our own president. Son of the soil. We don't fear stop. So we brought them. So they start to have a Liberian form of government. From Tottenham, we came to Tobo. From Tobo, we move on to Dole. For all of these years, we continue to blame America. So they blame game having started. They blame game now that the parents started the blame game. It started since 1950 when Tottenham came. When you read the history of Tottenham, from Tottenham came to Tobo. From Tobo, it went to Dole. From Dole, we come on to Madam Salif. And we come to Taylor. From Taylor, we went to Madam Salif. So leaders across, leaders upon leaders in this country have dealt on a blame game. That America is the reason why Liberia is poor. That America is the reason why Liberia is. But have we asked ourselves that why is we have the discussion right in our minds? We have the resources in this country that America is taking away resources from us. Go and read the statistics that the government have agreed upon over the years. In terms of that, in terms of America foreign direct investment in Liberia, as compared to Liberia foreign direct investment in America. When you read those statistics, then you ask yourself, how is it that all of this money coming in Liberia? Then where the money going? That our leaders, our leaders don't care to ask those questions. So America will be saying, you say we're not helping you. Let me get to the statistics. I was reading through last night. So America will say, you say we're not helping you. But let's just draw back a bit. Of recently, in 2017, that was prior to the George Weah administration, when the United States reported, that was in 2017, that its direct investment in Liberia was USD $874 million. That was times 2 of our national budget. And that foreign direct investment in Liberia in 2017. While Liberia had 448 direct investment in the US. He moved on to in 2023, upon the conclusion of George Weah administration, the US foreign direct investment stood at 726 million. From 2017 to 2023, the US direct investment in Liberia stood at 726 million. But can I just hold just in the short space? Then we ask ourselves, if 726 million have been invested in Liberia, and not by America, how is it that those investments are not reflected on the life of Liberians? What is it that the money have been going over the years and we can't see it? Then we start to checkmate our government, start to checkmate our institutions responsible. For instance, we move on to the education system. We want to examine American direct investment in the education system and understand how is it that the US has been contributing to education in this country, that up to this time we still have challenges of our education system. What are the reasons? Is it that our leaders are the problem, of which, of course, I strongly believe this morning that our leaders are the problem. They will move on to the health system as well. We want to see how that America has been a very huge support and impact onto the health sector. That up to this time, we still face challenges in our health sector. That over 726 million has been invested in this country by the US just in a short space from 2017 to 2023. That today we still have challenges with our health sector. Were you to ask me 726 million, we have done a lot in this country, excluding our national budget, then we'll have a conversation. But Baka, you know why? It will interest you to know that as we have those conversations, the laws that we create in this country that should protect us Liberians and the ones that have been grossly violated, and our government doesn't. I'm saying our government don't do a thing about it. So today, okay, fine. You say this is my law. You my friend. You come in my country, but this is my law. You need to abide by my law. Then you can't. You disregard. You have a strong disagreement with my law. You disrespected my law. But you know what I do? I welcome you in the spirit of, because you my father. I couldn't ask me. Then who should take the blame? I'm not the one that blame. I'm saying I'm not the one that should be blamed, because in my mind is that you provide an environment I should tread on. So I'm treading on that environment. So I haven't been brought to pork. I haven't been checkmated. There were times in this country, Buckeye, you saw what the child DFA did. It is what every country would do. That if I sit on an umbrella, I carry when I'm a representation of America. If this was the UN General Assembly, even America would have done the same thing. So if I carry the flag of America in that gathering, Buckeye, the child DFA represented the president of the of the United States. So she represented the president of the United States. At that gathering, she felt that what the orator has said was not in favor. It doesn't in any way suit the US ears for listening. So she had to work again. Maybe you must say at a certain point in time, understanding that her worker will have got distraction for the occasion. That's a different conversation. But she worked out because she believed that there are times in this country when we are called McCarthy to come as the launch of the relaunch of the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission. McCarthy said that Liberia, since the start of Liberia, corruption has been frequent in this country. That all of the government, past and present government, are dwelling on corruption in this country. The end of our government officials say anything about it? No, we welcome it. Understanding that to what extent that has on our character and on our representation as a country, we welcome that. When there are times in this country when the EU envoy has said the worst thing about Liberia, we welcome that conversation. So the point I'm driving at is that we should not. America carries a burden as well that she needs to contribute to Liberia. But I believe that her contribution to Liberia over the years, the reason why it hasn't been visible is because of the leadership we have employed.
Okay. So can I come in? I listen to you keenly. And my point here is that, first of all, let me say it clear. The charge affair accredited to Liberia was disrespectful. She did her working out of the program. They respected our president. They respected the Ghanaian president, and they respected other officials that were present. What am I saying? There will be no point in time is let me say the president of the United States of America is present, and then, for instance, they're having an Independence Day program, and a speaker there, somebody that was selected to make a speech there, and the speech is not being sanctioned by the government, is speaking. Then, and that person is talking against Liberia. They expect a Liberian, the Liberian ambassador that is accredited to America to walk out of that program. That would be a total disrespect to the American president. The Shaji affair, they respected our president. She disrespected the president. There were two head of state there. Even the person is saying something that you dislike as a person, sit there, allow it to finish, and then you can go and make a rebuttal to their statement. But walking away was the worst thing that she ever did at that program. Now you see the takeaway. The only thing that everybody focused on at that program was her walking away. So it means that just by her walking away from the program, the entire program got messed up. Why should you disrespect our president? He's a sitting head of state for God's sake. Why would he walk away? America is noted for criticizing other people. America is noted for free speech. So it means that when she present, the nation speak her mind. Is that what she's trying to tell? Is that what Sajid is trying to tell us? She was wrong. And on the issue about Liberia, yes, of course, America has benefited more from Liberia than Liberia benefit. I'm hearing you talking about the amount of money they bring in. You know that when America send money to Liberia, they can send people behind to collect the same money that they send to Liberia. I sat down and
build a conversation.
Bro, I sat down and listened to I sat down and listened to the king. I wanted to make my own point. I want to listen to the king. They come in. America will send money to Liberia here, and they will send their preschool workers behind the scene money. America will send money. They will send their CNGO there from their country behind the scene money that you are sending to Liberia. What we Liberians are benefiting from them? Their common visa for us to. We said America is our number one ally. You know how many persons Ben denied visa to the American embassy? America is our number one ally. You know how many persons will pay money? You pay money for visa. When you are denied visa, you can get your money back. $160 US. You know how many persons can go for visa per day at that embassy? You know how many persons can be denied daytime visa at that embassy? Now let's come to America benefiting more. There have been a lot of American companies in the country that have benefited immensely from this country. And let me name few of them. Okay? Let me name few of them in the year that they've been here. Let's begin with Firestone. Firestone been here since 1926. 1926 up to present. You know how much they've been taking from here? You know how much Firestone taking from this country? From 1926. Let's focus on Firestone alone. Up to present. Firestone been exploiting our resources. That's just Firestone. Let's go to the second one. Liberia Mining Company. From 1947 up to 1986. What were they doing? They were extracting iron ore from the Bomi Hills. Liberia Mining Company. They were extracting mines from the Bomi Hills. From 1947 up until 1986. Let's go to number 3. Liberia American, that's the Liberia American Swedish Mining Company, LAMCO. LAMCO was here. You know how much LAMCO took from this country? From 1957 up until 1989. From 1957 to 1989. You know how much LAMCO took from our country? You know how much the American benefited from LAMCO? You want to come and make comparison? When you're talking about America bringing money to Liberia, just LAMCO alone, you know how much they took from this country from 1957 up until 1989. Let's go to the Ronald Metal Steel. That's a metal company from 1958 up until 1990. What were they doing? They were into metal and mining bauxite in our country here. Then we got the Bedham Steel Corporation from the 1950s up until the 1980s. They extracted iron ore from the Bong Range. They extracted iron ore from the Bong Range. All of these companies are American companies. Let's come to the Republic Steel Corporation from 1950s to the 1980s. They extracted iron ore from the Bong Range also. Then we come to the American Liberian Mining Corporation, LM. That's the ALMC from the 1960s to the 1980s. What a day! They have said to the extracted mine from the Bong Range. All of these companies, you know how much they took from this country? Then when somebody talking about it, then a Sajid affair walking out of that and don't want to listen to it. If it was going to be a Liberian ambassador that did that to America, you know what going to be the trickle-down effect? She did respect our president. She did respect our program. They have benefited more from us than we have. And that's what the auditor said. Let me say the auditor said. Then somebody want to get vexed. You talk about free speech here. America, they are noted for criticizing everything in this in the war. They are noted for free speech. They are noted for that. So her walking away couldn't have been the best option. It was never the best option. She should have sat down there and listened to what the lady have to say. It was not sanctioned by the government. That's my point.
A recent article by the CNN, I was just reading through. This article was released on April 2nd, 2024. A Palestinian doctor named Dr. Tara Ahmad walked out of a meeting with U.S. President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris, National Security Advisor Jack Sullivan, and other administration officials of the U.S. government when the Palestinian doctor was being invited at a meeting with U.S. President Joe Biden. And when the conversation was being discussed on how Muslims community was being affected in Gaza, the Palestinian doctor walked out of that meeting. And when he went out, he told the CNN, I want to quote his word. He said it was disappointing, and I walk out of respect for my community, and I'm going to leave. This is what the Palestinian doctor stated when he walked out of a meeting with Joe Biden. You can imagine going like brother say that something is too big when people do it. When someone feels that they own obligation and they carry the flag of their country and they feel that what you say against a country is detrimental, they leave that gallery. The similar thing that your officials cannot do because they show their loyalty to America. This is why you should be having disagreements. There are times America called Liberian officials to a gathering to discuss things that are not in the interest of Liberia. And when Liberian officials, the Americans had a seminar, right? I'm saying a conference in Zimbabwe, and how all of the African countries to go there and sign treaty to give right and protection to gays in the country. You had your foreign minister sat at that gathering, even though against your laws. And when he came back and told you that he signed without reservation, then you guys have any problem with this? If that conversation were being other countries, such a diplomat who had left that scene because it's not in the interest of his country. And what you say, what you do does not represent the view of his country. So he will leave. The Palestinian doctor, in the presence of Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, U.S. National Security Advisor, and other administration of the government, when Joe Biden had invited him for a meeting at the White House, and while the meeting was ongoing, when the conversation was being through, and how the Muslims were being alleged, how the U.S. government alleged that the Muslims at the Gaza war were the ones that are contributing more harm to the ongoing conflict. And he said that he felt that it was against his community. So what he did, he left the scene and walked out. Like in Liberia can make it low and say, when you do it, then you not bring the whole world down. Nah, it is because when you are a diplomat and you put on that garment, you carry the burden of your country and not the burden of the country you represent. I'm saying the country you're serving in. That's never it. So if you have your officials that sit on a gathering, that sit at a conversation with other U.S. or other partners over the years, and all of the things that they do is that they doesn't question, they don't have any check mark. Check mark towards the conversation. You don't blame other people when they do it, because for them they believe that a greater responsibility that their citizens back home will question them. When Maxwell came in and other left when they went to Zimbabwe and signed without reservation, granting the protection for homosexual and other people in the country. When they return, what happened? We're all ready. We'll have the conversation. What did the government do about it at the time? There was no conversation, and we're being sidelined. So why if it were been America and Liberia having that conversation, and the Americans didn't feel that it is against that they are lost in that country and they walk out? Would that be a disrespect? That's not for me. I don't see it. I see it that the Chinese affair carries the greater responsibility, and she bears the U.S. flag. So what's our conversation that her president is subscribed to will reflect that America subscribed to that as well. So let me bring you to a point.
Let me bring you to a point. You talk about Firestone and all stuff and things. You have the Investment Act in Liberia, the National Investment Act that gives foreign investors the right to transit profit outside of Liberia and provide unlawful sexual and national action. One of the countries in Africa and give the country, outside of the country to do whatsoever thing they want to do. It is a choice, it is a determination of the investor in this country to choose what are the profit they make from Liberia to invest in Liberia. And that Liberia is the only country that has this law.
that get protection to an extent. They want to say nationalization, which means in some other countries like Ghana and other places, when you have your company and you're not working, I know you're working, you're making money, but you're not contributing immensely to the life of the citizens. The government can have that nationalization policy, which means the government can take over the company and say yeah, you're not working in the interest of us, we'll take the company or we'll take over it because it's our resources. In Liberia, our law will get the national investment law straight prohibits that. We get exclusive protection. Then how is it will be Firestone fought? So that's what I said. Every time we have the conversation, Firestone will look at the business climate. Every company and every business person in this country, even bring Elon Musk in this country, will look at the investment climate. And when they see there are greater opportunities because our officials have created a way where they can go and solicit their kickbacks and come back and sit down and allow the companies trade at the detriment of the citizens. So when the companies are trading, then you want to blame them, you go and blame your leaders. Let's read further. Let me bring you to another point. Let's take, for instance, the Investment Act, the C Investment Act. It says that it gave exclusive right to Liberians to supply sand to travel agencies. I'm getting to a point to operate gas stations and importation or in sale or used cars in Liberia. The Investment Act gave exclusive right to Liberians. I want to challenge you this morning. Let's visit the gas stations and see what are the gas stations across Liberia are being owned by Liberians today. Let's move on. But your government officials over the years have deliberately refused. So when the American company sits there and see there's a vacuum that they can fit in, they will come and explode from the country because your government, you have the laws that you protect them so much. What the fund says, the government does not maintain investment screening mechanisms for inbound foreign investors. There are no laws, especially in debt, disadvantage U.S. investors or single them out across Liberia since our establishment. There's no law that say we can ever disagree with U.S. investors. So it's that we just give them the country and say you can't do what I want to. So it is at our detriment because we created those laws that protect them solely. So the poor dwell on your laws. So they will use your laws as a backing. They will use your laws as a reliance of the conversation. So they say that there is no law. It says there's no law. What it says? It said there are no laws. Okay, I read this part. It says generally Liberians welcome U.S. investment as well as American products, which they consider to be exceptional over the year. That's how we have carried ourselves. That's how officials have had a conversation to us. So for me, I believe that if we want to have this conversation, we should not be blaming America because we're creating laws, right, that disadvantage Liberians and protect American interests. We create, never was this happening in America. America see our citizens as a greater responsibility. Liberia see our citizens as a disadvantage. America see foreign investors and foreigners as coming to explore from that country. So it's very critical how to deal with you. They tell you to move when you go to America and just open business. It's only easy to do. But Liberia, you can save on there without even coming to Liberia, open your business. And that kind of start operating. No one cares to ask you. No one cares to question you. So when we have the conversation, should we blame people because they see the space that they can dwell on? Will be the norm. We should blame our officials. We should blame our government that over the years that have failed to create that balances.
Okay, so all right, so let me come in now. First of all, the speaker at that program was invited by this government, but her speech was not sanctioned by the government. You can know that the government have distanced herself from the speech that was made by the orator. You know that. And what am I saying? The Charge d'Affaires was disrespectful. The Charge d'Affaires know, or the U.S. embassy, the U.S. embassy accredited to Liberia, those that have been working there, they know that the speech from the orator is not being sanctioned by the government. So, with you walking out saying that her speech is being divisive, you were invited by the government. You were never invited by the speaker. You were never invited by the orator. You are invited by the government. So if the government invited you as an official of government from the United States of America,
and then you come at a program, you say, somebody talking against me, the person being divisive, so I vex, so I'm waiting for you, I'm going. Who are you there respecting? You are not there respecting the orator that is speaking. You are there respecting the person that invited you at that program. The person that invited you at that program was the government of Liberia. The government of Liberia was the one that was disrespected by the Shashi affairs. That's the first thing. Let's come to you say, the issue about our economy, our this, our that, bro. We know that politicians have played on our minds, and they have put some of these documents together. That lady was speaking as a patriotic Liberian. Number one, not as a politician, not as any other person, but she was speaking the mind of ordinary Liberian like you and myself. That's the mind that she was speaking. The things that are on our minds as the ordinary. The man married that in Waterside today. The Uncle Paul that sent her to her listening to us near the radio. The thing that he want to happen was what that lady was speaking. That government officials didn't want to put laws on the papers. Not we, the Liberian people. And the Liberian people want today. They want some of these laws to be amended. They want some of these laws to be removed. But how can they, when politicians are the one benefiting, and they talk about if we the Liberian people are not benefiting? So now the leader was speaking for the ordinary Liberians. Then it made you vex. He said, oh, because somebody is talking against you. That it's today that America should be in front of free speech. It's today America that can go in other people's country and be causing chaos and doing other things. It's today that America should be afraid of somebody criticizing them. It's today America being benefiting not only Liberia, other countries, other companies, and other places. They've been benefiting from them. And now we're telling them that, oh yes, since Liberia was established, let's put it now. Okay, which one of the countries have benefited so much apart from America? China. Some of the development that we're doing here in it, China have never benefited more than America have benefited than Liberia. Great Britain have never benefited more than America have benefited in Liberia. Korea, Germany, and other countries have never benefited more than America have benefited from Liberia. So these are some of the things that they never say. They never not when it comes to comparison, other countries that are benefiting immensely from Liberia than the Liberia benefiting. America have done. France have benefited from Liberia? No. Have Great Britain benefited from America and Liberia? No. America have benefited from Liberia immensely than any other country. That's your point. And she was speaking for the ordinary Liberians. Then you say you vex, you're walking away from program.
The ordinary Liberians she was speaking of, she was speaking for, are the ones that over the years that continue to use the blame game as the reason why Liberia is poor. And that which I strongly disagree this morning. America has not been the reason, has never been the reason why Liberia has failed. Has Liberia as a country brought forth a development plan to America? She refused. Has Liberia as a country said, this is what I want to do as a nation, and America stand against it? Has Liberia as a country produced a government that says, from today we will ensure that our justice system will be free of corruption, and America said, no, we will work to ensure your justice is not corrupt? What has Liberia said that our legislature will make sure they create laws in the interest of our country and make sure they review all concessions and make sure that those concessions align with what the people need? And America said no. Let's ask ourselves those questions. Then at the final analysis, we can blame them for all what has happened in this country. My fundamental disagreement is that even if you want to hold America, say, oh, America gave him 5-year visa to Ghanaians and I want to give visa to Liberia. When the last time our government sat of a conversation with America and said, listen, this is what you're doing. And for us, anything we like it. There are Liberians in this country called the Free Liberia movement, the free Liberia movement, free position movement. Where this guy called Tony Crow has been advocating for over the last 5 years. I have held interviews over 4 different times. Has presented a letter to all of the embassies across the world. Liberian embassies, demanding that there should be visa waiver for all Liberians that want to go to the United States. Has the government ever listened to that conversation? Has the government even at one point in time called them? That petitions have been presented to a national government. That petitions have been presented to the legislature. Said there's a need. If we say America colonized us. We say America breathed us. We say America we get our independence from America. Why say America can get a free visa waiver? In the Constitution of America says all citizens as of America and American Association have equal rights and liberty. Liberia is an association of America if you want to use that account. Why is it that Liberians can be having visa waiver as with the way the American citizen is? When that petition was brought forth to a legislature on several different occasions, your government was being served, the executive was being served. I attended that press conference when the petition was being presented to the Liberian government before the executive mansion. Till then, up to now, has the government said or think about it? Then how say can you blame America? How say should we be blaming America when we have a government that doesn't see these things? When we have a government, when we have produced government over the years, I don't think about these things. I don't consider these things. So what do I believe? A different responsibility to this country to appoint that the government to open business in the country as a Liberian, that's one thing. To open business in the country as a Liberian, that's one thing. To have a company in Liberia, that's one thing. But these are things that we do easily. You listen to the investment climate, the survey that conducted on our report. It says that America has been given exclusive right. There's no disadvantage to them or anything they want to do in Liberia. You can go try that in America. It's not that you don't have the capacity to go do it in America, but because the government does not provide environment for you to do it. In Liberia, the people have the capacity and our government provide the environment. So they will threat on that. So you can't blame them for that. Your missteps is what people will use and survive on. Your inability is what people will use and survive on. Until you can correct that, until you can erect those mistakes. Trust me, Boakai, nothing gonna happen. Let me just bring you to this point. I want to get to this point here. Okay. I was reading through, for instance. In 2015, there's a company called Medco. It was an American company called Medco.
Another American company.
They had a case. They had a case with the MPA. They had a case with the MPA on nationalization. That when they established or operating, the MPA felt at the time that all what they were doing, it was against the state and they were against the laws. So the MPA holds seizure to all of the operations and everything. You know what happened? The company filed a lawsuit against the government. And when that case was being brought at the final analysis in 2023, the company was being compensated millions of dollars. The Liberian government paid for all what they did. We move on to in January 2018. There was an American company again called Mode B Resource Liberia Limited. They were involved in the mining activities as well. When they started their operations, and when time came, the Liberian government realized that they were against, the agreement they signed and what have you. The nationalization came about. The Liberian government position to it. And when the company filed a lawsuit before ECOWAS court, at the final analysis, the Liberian government was being made to restitute $21 million for putting fast on the people operation. Where can you try that thing outside Liberia? So should we blame the American company for taking advantage of us? No, but because our government, they see the need to ensure that this thing in other countries like America, you want to speak of, the people see that citizens as first. In Liberia, we see that our citizens as least. In America, they see American films as first. In Liberia, we see American films as least. I'm saying we see Liberian films as least. Today, were you to go sit with your speaker, the speaker of your house, and you bring an American investor and bring a Liberian investor, the speaker of the house will prefer that American investor. Were you today to sit with the executive and bring an American investor and bring a Liberian investor, they prefer to trade with that American investor than that of the Liberian investor. So we had the conversation and the final analysis. When you take when you take other citizens' interest above yours, then when you kind of start to feed the pigs, you won't say that the people that you should blame for it. You don't blame them.
Okay,
that's my point.
All right, so we'll go to the film line, but before we go to the film line, I will tell you, America, we referring to them as our number one ally. What are some of the benefits? What are some of the direct benefits we are getting from them when it comes to even investment? That they owe expire card and where in America that them can be sitting there. What they tie away with that the OO card, the ratty box on there. Like, hey, they come, like I want to come to Liberia.
As a government created, I didn't say for
expire card, they want that I want to benefit from America. And I will direct benefit from them.
Has the government created avenue to save on today? We now know writing card of kind of country. No, I'm asking you now.
But that's the benefit from America. They expire thing and when they get in that.
So, Braka, for instance, Ghana can get 5-year visa. Like bro can get 1 year. So it tell you the Ghana, I'm saying America just and I want to say Ghana will just get you know Ghana will get a 5-year visa. No, I'm coming now.
Wait, let me tell you.
It's because the country got to seek on interest. Okay. Qatar has never seek on interest before America.
Okay, let me tell you.
Today the conversation you're having, when you to say before, I'm saying when your government officials will say before the US government will have conversation, they don't say anything. They become yes sir. They become okay. The Ghana may go me America. The former, I'm saying the current Ghanaian president Akufo-Addo, when he was invited to the United States before, you listen to his speech and you were critical. He went straight with the American government. Your librarian, I'm saying your librarian delegate told we had to go before America at the time when you were president to go and say anything against. I'm saying against America,
and now that's what they did. Speaking against them.
So that's so
that's speaking against you and telling you the truth. Then you get.
The thing about those in authority were the ones you're supposed to blame.
So that's what you're
not creating an avenue.
All right, now they are not saying it. An ordinary Liberian woman. An ordinary Liberian woman that is feeling a pinch, that is going through the difficulty. I come out to tell them that this is what we are going through as Liberian, and this is what we want for you guys to go say.
Tell them to go say. But listen, before we tell the cause, you know what? The conversation here. Isn't that we want to say?
Tell me our opinion. Can say, listen, you get somebody that are looking in the eyes and telling them.
You get a minute. Yeah. You get official. You get foreign ministry. You get all the government officials. Legislature that is for ratification. You started as fire soon taking more from like brother. Why she giving like brother? You get legislature that should be responsible. Over the time, your speaker, the past speaker or poverty must. Prior to his departure, when he held a press conference, he said Firestone is taking away more from Liberia. That's an OH conversation. The legislature had the authority to record that investment. The legislature had the authority. Has there been a point that the legislature say, oh, think towards Firestone? Have you asked yourself why? Because your official have sold himself to the American government. Everybody wants to travel to America. When your official being sanctioned to for America, it becomes a news. It seems like our whole life is over. That's how we show ourselves to be in this country. So because we sold ourselves like the former, like the famous librarians saying, when you put yourself in tomato cup, American government using what bush straw to teach all for in the country. You better be serious. You can't say my man Parker take course back.
Let's take course. For me, and it's good that we are not one-sided on this conversation. We are not one-sided on this conversation.
Since it did for itself, you say America be the problem. Well, you can do it out of America. China open and say you can't work together. Say, oh, China. To extend you hire government way and sign against China. China that have contributed immensely to Liberia. When there's a time that China needed Liberia support, you are when you sign against China. But I can do it, America.
You know that when Liberia just trying to switch to another country, the America say talking about, you know that they can start getting there. Yes, of course. They can start getting there because we want brother up. We want you brought country all day. You neglecting them.
You get country the country for you.
Yeah, then you neglecting them. Come on, visa. They think I can maybe visa. Go there. Go to the embassy.
You've been denied.
You've been denied.
As a foreign ministry, just I could say, has a foreign ministry said a word about that thing? All the time Liberians have complained. You wake up for work and go to the US embassy. The one says for visa, I found an answer. You've been denied. As a foreign ministry said, okay, no, we'll look at it for the diplomatic level. I think today, as a foreign ministry said, why can you blame them for it? Your foreign minister is responsible for foreign policies in this country to strengthen, abroad foreign relations with other countries. If this has been happening, it tell you that thing happening in Ghana. The 5-year visa that America can get Ghana, it tell you that because one found the American government just now say, okay, Ghana 5-year visa. It's because the Ghanaian government did not create an environment where that citizens will be marginalized. In Liberia, we see it. Our officials want to travel America. Private citizens should not travel America.
My man,
that's a conversation.
Liberia is now a stepchild for America, and Liberia will never be a stepchild for America.
China China
Let's go to the
direct,
phone line.
several direct investment. You want to talk about the SKD today that we can brag of. You want to go and name several investments in this country.
Okay,
that I'm coming. That the Chinese government with that resources of a damn taking from Liberia, investing in the thing. When China needed a breast support, why are they? Hey, when you're saying against them,
Let other country come and take over here. Even when the Chinese take over, Nana, you see in the next 6-7 years, you will see the development here.
Well, I'm willing to get. I'm just
yes, of course.
Let's go back.
Let's go to the phone line 077-866-5699. 077-866-5699 or 0880-561644. 0880-561644. The women can call on 0776-549122. The women can call on 0776-549122. And you'll be live with us this morning on the Punch Breakfast Show. Yeah, it's a heated debate here this morning. And let's take this person here as our first caller. Good morning, welcome.
Good morning, my brother Bwaka, and good morning, my brother in studio.
Good morning.
Good morning, my name is Josiah Sumo, calling from the Comotan Peace Island, Common call 540.
Okay.
No, Bwaka, I sat down and read the oration from the orator, Dr. Philly. She stretched a point, but I took a section of where she used the Liberian, given the America giving the Liberian. We are walking a part of history when it comes to our relationship with America. No, Bwaka, don't blame somebody for your own misfortune. Like I was telling somebody, she spoke to the legislator. You cut your salary by 20%. How a woman run for the 5,000 car, the party ready saying, you know, you just to run to commute them from one place to another. That's why I'm not going to do that thing. Let me say this. The Minister of Education, Minister of Health, all these people family in America, they are going to the best of schools in America. But they are starting a minister here when you go to teacher education, you don't see good cheer. Universal library is denominated. Public institutions are down.
Okay.
But $30,000 in America. If America that say you better $1,000 in America, they are making the education sector better.
All right, thank you so much. Let's take 1 minute per caller on 0778 665-699. Let's go to the US and take somebody from the WhatsApp number. Good morning, welcome. Good morning on the WhatsApp. Hello. Yeah, you are live with us this morning. Welcome. Good morning. Hello. Oh, I don't know what's happening to.
Hello?
Yeah. Good morning. You getting me? I don't know what's happening to your line. We don't have to keep you that much. Let's take somebody else on this line. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning. I'm Solomon P. Kubo. I call from 11th Street, Sinko.
Okay, Solomon. 1 minute per caller. Quickly.
All right. Firstly, I want to congratulate the both of you. People are saying extremely the reality that Liberia is facing. But for me, I see that Liberia has a system problem. Like your colleague was talking about the Investment Act. We need to pass a legislation that in the country that need to protect that particular act that Liberians should be able to be possessing those businesses. But you see, in this country, most of these laws there are not functional. Government will see these laws there, they will not implement these laws and to pose it, they will leave on power, they leave the same power and stay there. As for that lady, she actually said the truth. Liberia have never benefited from America more than America benefited. You see it? That is true. But I think there's a system that we need to put in place, and that system need to work like your colleague was saying. When we look at the Investment Act and things are put in place, then I need Liberia can take a step.
All right. Thank you so much, my brother. 1 minute per caller. Let's go back to the WhatsApp number and take this person here quickly. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Boema Kamara. This is Morris December from Pennsylvania.
Okay, go ahead. You are live over Morris.
Yeah, I mean, I want to thank you guys for your analysis and the young man with you guys. I mean, I follow you guys. But let me just say this quickly. I think the walking out of the Chancellor of PRC is, I'm not sure that is sanctioned by America because America is too great to walk. Just a mere statement, I'm not sure. America, I think it weakens the country. It shows the weak side of America to walk out of a just mere statement. maybe probably you guys might not remember it. 98 during the campaign of George Bush. George Bush referred to Liberia as an insignificant country. No, the country. I mean, yes, anybody can remember. They say George Bush came to Liberia. Nobody questioned George Bush. And but the government did not even question the American government.
Let it go.
So these are just mere statements. For the whole embassy to work out of just a mere statement.
It's in a weak position to have got there as America. It's in a message that America is weak.
Exactly. So I'm not sure the American government will sanction that action.
It has been sanctioned. It has been sanctioned by
brother. Thanks so much for
the American government.
Now they did their own thing.
They should not their own thing. The US embassy there moreover issue a statement validating the Omo account. Any statement come from the US embassy reflects a view of America.
0778.
And besides, there is now if George Bush, as with the account is given, said Liberia is a significant country, you hire officials there at the time, they sat down and welcome it. That's how they wanted to do it. So it means that they succumb to what the person is saying. And for so like the Palestinian doctor Ahmad out of a meeting with Joe Biden because Joe Biden said that the Muslim was a problem for the war in Gaza and he walked out.
All right, let's go back to the phone line. Take this caller here quickly. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Your name is Johnny Osborne. Welcome.
Mr. Kawi, I'm calling for the academy.
Okay. Go ahead, Mr. Kawi.
Yeah. You know, the America, I used to work with Marine. When the people, the American government said 350 million to train AFL. Now money, the people, the American people were there. The PM, he was to pay 45,000.
Okay.
The net met to him 30,000.
Okay.
The other met to him 15,000.
Okay. They were saying people behind the scene money that they were saying.
Yes. So I asked them, I said, but when I tell me why they were paying the police and the guy was him and say were working, they were paying 12,000. And you don't know the job. I was doing the job. You were paying me 12,000.
Okay, how much pay you, Mr. Kawi? How much they were paying you?
They were paying me $350.
Look at that.
So you see the climate. Your pay system created it.
So I left the job. Because the government, I left the job. I came in. I was saying now, with that president, then they call me back. I said, fine, I come to catch you for that kind of issue, give me $3,000.
Okay.
Well, I said, for the money,
yeah, they will say a lot of people behind the country I see $1 million back.
That's true. The 350,000 they say after three years they say no more 350,000. Then from there they say okay they want to put the barrel repair. Then they say 20,000. So that 70 million plus 20,000. You are the user. They say the user on Liberia, and they don't use on Liberia. They get that money back. That's what they can do.
All right, thank you so much. That's just it. That's what they are noted for. When they say you smoking, then it was 0776-509122 for the women. 0776-509122. Let's take this. Good morning. Welcome.
Well, good morning. Good morning to your colleague.
Okay.
Lawrence Spencer, I'm in Johnsonville.
Okay, Lawrence, go ahead.
You know, Liberians, one thing I know about us, one thing I notice about us is that we are hypocritical, right? Most of us in this country are very hypocritical. Most of our people who sit at the hand of higher authority who are pretending to be condemning that of Philly, and in their conscience, they have said it very clearly. The lady said,
yes.
They agree in gathering, they are starting beer people, they have said America is a problem for this country, but not because they want to be seen as Mr. Right and Mr. Right to America now. They are coming to chastise the woman. For me, any day, anywhere, I stand with the statement of the Madame May. Look, the Chinese people came here, back out the building, for example, the ministerial complex. Has Liberia gone there or Liberians gone there to burn that place down?
No,
we're using our place. Even way back, as a history to the Bamagida highway that leads to Sierra It was the Nigerian brothers to go, right?
You think that you are giving money to Liberia and the officials are doing a job or they are eating the money? Do your own investment when you know that there's a school that you're supposed to pay and this money is allotted for it. build a school, then you see whether you can not use a school.
Spencer,
I come here. Yeah, you're coming. But Spencer, let me just say that if you know that you get a money for a road from here to Lofa County, and then you give it to people, they put it, use it, they not use it for its intended purpose. Just come and build a road, then you see what I will like, bro, will not use that road there.
But Spencer, the thing about it, that's not how it works. Every country entering, for instance, if you want to have an investment in education, the Ministry of Education will provide the national educational plan that you got to work with. That's how it works.
No, but
the Chinese can do the same. I'm coming. I'm coming. So listen, you provide misleading information to Spencer. I want correct. You provide misleading information to Spencer that I want to correct. President Biden, a few days ago, you are the U.S. My man, listen to me now. Listen to me, Spencer. Spencer, listen. The thing about
by your logic. So are you telling us that our public well authority, right, during the past regime, Manasali and coming to Jowiyata, right? Is Harry telling us that they never knew their constitutional function that the Japanese came, for example, to build the Japanese freeway as a gift and telling over to us?
So
why couldn't the Ministry of Public Welfare people who are saying that's not how it works. You get all the money that we have, that will be the rule.
And you want me to answer it?
But you answer the question right, your answer is rhetorical.
Go on, brother, go on.
And I even agree with your logic. You got to see it. We all follow international politics and all of that, right? America can come there and pay, for example, an American Institute. You can't, American government just post up to that. To say, yeah, this is our traditional Allah. We coming to build a well-established American Institute where Liberia will go and acquire higher education. Is Harry telling me say the Liberia government will disagree to that? I said, no. Is America, for example, the RIA will be our designated fly zone.
Yeah.
Where all of the stuff that
they'll build airport.
All around it, yeah.
They will say the government will say no.
The government will say no. Where will be a major revenue generational zone for all? You see, the government will say no.
Thank you so much, Spencer.
Listen, before you take the last caller, let me just provide this information that if America or any other country, as a matter of fact, wants to invest in education, for instance, she will not just come your country and can invest in education. That's not how it works. How it works is that you come and liaise with the government. Now, the government will tell you, these are our plans for education. And the plans the government will present to you, education, is what you will make a determination for. The government has an already established or an already functional or an already an ongoing project. Then if you want to invest in that project, you go out. If you want to start something, a typical example, just a few days ago when President Boubacar went at the US-Africa Summit, when he held the conversation agriculture, check that video on the Executive Marshal page. At about 25 minute discussion, around 25 minutes in a discussion with President Boubacar given a chance to speak. He reiterated, he said, we look forward that companies coming in Liberia should align with the government because the government has an already fixed agenda that she's going with. So anybody come and doing something extra will be contradicting the government agenda. What the president made at that time, we already have agricultural plan. So if you're an agricultural organization coming, you got a list of the government will present a blueprint to you, and you go by that blueprint to have it done. That's how it's been done.
Okay.
So you can that kind of that, bro. You can't say because your ambassador will build school here today.
No,
building school.
That's how it works. No, that's not our point, Harris. Our point here is that since you know eBay giving money to us, and we are not using the money for its internal purpose or purposes, the next thing, okay, you said we have a plan already. And I know I am a country, I'm a Chinese company, or China want to invest in Liberia and want to invest in the education sector. We'll come to you, we say, okay, there's the amount that we are bringing, but want to invest it directly into education. Where can we invest the money? Where can we? And you already have a plan. You were going to give us the blueprint that all this we want basic school to so place. Then we now as the country will go with better school. But that's our point.
Government was saying, for instance, we want to do this and present a plan. The plan is ongoing. So the government, the reports like, but since there's a plan ongoing, we will factor in, will help sourcing the funding for this thing. That's how the American will do it. At any point in time, the people will seize our support because they feel that they're investing more in your country and the officials stealing the money.
Good morning, welcome.
Good morning, brother.
Go.
This is brother got in that call from the Beasley Bell. You know, the issue about America, they not really said to us. Just imagine, we look at all the JP, I think it's the American president that built that thing for us. It's there.
It's there.
They bring money and they say people are using it and we're not getting results. They themselves can do something that
that's the call.
Then number two, they themselves, they are contributed to our suffering. People will steal our money, go sit down in their home.
Yeah.
They will not get them, but then they got post tension on our official here. Look at Samsung.
Because the people that can steal the money, the people that can steal the money, listen now, the people that can steal the money go sit on there.
In front of the person house, in the camps I went there, they put light in front of the house, but they put light in the house.
In the house.
Why shouldn't they make? You see, just imagine, we're facing a road from Basel, from here to go Basel. They refuse that we shouldn't make that road large when the off the Nana road is still take to that place. Over there.
Yeah. The road is too tight.
The road is too tight. They were giving us the order to make that road wide so we could join the road up when Basel. Visa would have all that. Visa. They deny all visa. People are not being said to us.
Thank you so much. That's just my question. You go for visa, you'll be staying on that.
What is government doing about it?
But somebody need to tell you that. Somebody need to tell you that people that are going for visa, they need somewhere to sit.
Brother, listen.
No, bro, government.
Listen, the way the thing works, I'm coming now. That's not how you an individual that will think. How you think? That's like a wego.
No.
The Jewish that we are treated. You don't say anything about it. You want to blame it. They blame you're doing. That's my point about it. I don't want to.
No. So now,
people for a parent. I come in like the caller mentioned. Oh, people still abroad money and going outside. You know why? You know the people that can steal money can go outside. The American people can accommodate it. You know why? It's because those people already have received citizenship for America, so they hold equal right in America. So the American government can't deny them. But the ones in Liberia that can steal money, made a portrait, they can sanction them. Have you one time? I have every time, the last 6 years of our government, all what has happened in terms of corruption in this country. Who can we point out to that in jail because they stole from this country?
For instance, it should be diplomatically done. To pay for our home will go part through diplomatic process.
Brother,
for somebody to go send to embassy and wait for that visa time. That one special conference for that one.
Brother, why is that
diplomatic process there?
Why is that I will be a mountain supposed to pay him in a town, be a mountain pay him your comment calling
man, let's go to the phone line, man. I don't think you're talking. Good morning, welcome.
Thank you,
Good morning, Biggie.
Yes, sir, welcome. You're anywhere joining us from?
Ali Patikuma messaging from where
Okay, welcome, my brother.
Yeah, my man. Yes, I mean, on Friday, they always don't make my day.
Okay.
To be honest.
We making your day.
Make my day. Man, even the government, like, invited the orator. You surely will not deal with the government.
They will not deal with them.
They will not deal with the government, and I see government matter support. If being a government bad to mix it down, for whatever they done. But I enjoy the will not deal with the government. So I don't know. And we're going to be looking at people facing and be telling them the truth. They want to put a local affair.
They're telling the truth, yeah.
Sometimes you do something, it's not like what they want to say is bad. She will tell you to double up.
That's all.
If they want you to do it before, it means allow it less. So you need to do now, you need to allow
So at least you can see our country going off. Like not very easy. Like maybe the world is going.
That's it.
It was not injured to that woman. It was injured to my papi.
Yeah.
Which is the president.
Yeah. Thank you so much, my brother. Let's take more calls. 0778-665699 for the men. 0778-665699 or 0880-561-644. 0880-561-644. The women line is 0776-549122 for the women. 0776-549122 for the women. Let's go to the phone line. Take this person. Pangomo, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, Barker. Good morning to everybody.
Yeah.
You know, for all that you are talking, we agree. The key America, Liberia donated for America. Liberia gave opportunity to America. The woman, she never say anything wrong. No, man, the thing is very simple. Salary rate, they can give 5 years visa to people. Gambia, Guinea Conakry, Africa, Ghana. Look at our state there. We agree. America, for 18%, the country now before the only state. I can remember that year, back to 20 center, America said 280 million to renovate a barrel, including Catholic, Edward Catholic barrel. The renovation. Some of the Americans were taking 30,000, 35. They were taking gas from our gas station at that time, 17 feet. They were taking 35, 40. Okay? Look at the building that they pull. Go to BDC. You look at the 30 square building. They will tell you 285 million go in our one, my brother. Yes, I can see that. No, we agree. We're all wrong. But that's why it's not good to be lazy. When you lazy, everybody lay in your hand, it will take it.
Yeah.
You bring the money, you can't buy. We agree. But actually, my sister, the woman, he gave the government on our so-called minister, the so-called representative, senator, that what we know. That they want to create the investor plan, nothing. Look at the You know, I know many of them. You know, I'm also I know them.
All right, Pangomo. Thank you so much. We're taking your course up until 9 o'clock. At 9 o'clock, we'll play host to Pastor Jeff. He'll be talking politics and religion this morning at 9. Let's take this person. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Yes, sir. Hello.
Yes, sir. You know, for me, you tussle. America have given money to this country from time immemorial. But those monies have been abused by our leaders. That's the problem. America sends the size of Liberia. Maybe if you put all those monies together, maybe you will go up to $6 to $7 billion. What have they done with it? That's the problem. You see, America too, by this time, I thought they would have given us visa-free, made a visa-free country. Because the thing is, they have mined our mineral resources, in this country from day one.
Yeah.
You see, and sometimes too, they too have their own problem. You will make people to go pay you money for visa, I know it's $260. $160, and sometimes when you give old money, they tell you to go and change it.
Yeah.
You don't treat people like that. Even in their own country, people don't just stay on land. Put a little shelter that people will come rest. But you make people to stay outside whole day while they're applying for visa, coming to pay you money. And so now at the point they will even deny you, make you to stay like you're treating slaves.
Yeah.
This kind of thing is not correct. Why it's true that we are all working collaboratively, there should be mutual understanding, between us.
Okay.
You see, they need to do better.
Thank you so much, Elbow. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you for calling. We're still taking your call 0778 665 699. 0778 665 699. The women line 0776 549 122. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, sir. Welcome.
This is Edwin Puyo calling from Rock Hill, GSA Road.
Okay, welcome, Edwin.
Yeah. In the American business, for me, if I even have my own money to transport myself, I can't go to America.
Why? Why?
The American people are not good to the Liberians. The friendship between America and Liberia far soon in that RIA. America will take care of RIA because somebody don't produce money, they pull up. You see, 2 presidents from Liberia now. As a TD, American mastermind, they are deaf. 2 persons die, the other one Nana in jail. It is because of America. If America send him down here to come and kill our people, he say rebel. Then because the men now when with their policy, they turn against him. You see?
They free the man from jail.
Yes, and they are none of the men in jail. You see? Yeah, you see? So America like us, we get behind America for nothing. They don't share our resources. Anything they send here, they send people behind to can't carry back. You see?
All right, thank you so much. We're still taking your call 077. That I want to have another one yet. 0778
Your brother, right? You know what's up,
0778 665 699 0880 561 Let's take this person. Good morning, welcome.
Good morning. Good.
Yeah, good morning. Your name is joining us from?
Oh, thank you. I'm phoning for District 6. And there is the force of Lawson, Augustine, Sagashos, Winston.
Welcome, sir. You're live.
Thank you. You know, regarding the speech on Friday, I think I stand to be corrected. Somebody may call and say it was a complete disrespect to the president. And let me say this for free. And one of the things John Jay spoke about, America have benefited more than us. I think that's just the reality. So I don't know why people carrying the information saying that the way they were almost pro, it was not right. Then they were completely slapping the face of the president. That's just it. Americans have benefited more. Look at our country. 177, we can't even boast of anything tangible. And America was the last country that even recognized our independence, according to our history. You see? So I think it is not necessary for us Liberians. So I think we need to put our feet to the fire so that the government, because she said, the way she sees the past government, it is criticize the government with the past government. And that's just the truth. So I think I need to be very smart. Thank you for the time.
Thank you so much. Let's go to the women line and take this person. Good morning. Welcome. Good morning.
I couldn't get there.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. My point is, the whole America, they always want to be dictator to us. They want to decide for us. And my point is, America will not decide for us. We can decide for ourselves because they get everything for us.
Yeah.
And you understand? They get everything for us. So what they want to decide for us? See the meeting here discussing when they in the studio over there. Shashi affair walking away from the meeting.
Yes.
So everything will be in our interest. So are we stupid? So we can't stand by ourselves. America. For me, I'm African. I'm a 10,000 man. I'm an African man. So I get a hell of America.
Okay.
I'm there before, but I get time.
All right. Thank you so much for calling in, Mr. Cole. Let's take somebody from this line here. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
This is Theophilus Quay. I joined from Johnsonville.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you to the folks. I'm disappointed for the Shashi affair to have walked out of our Independent Days program. First and foremost, America's deployed democracy on us. The first pillar of democracy is freedom of speech. So whatever Shashi affair that walks out of our national program, knowing fully well that this is a democratic country where freedom of speech is respected. That's the first thing. So I'm disappointed in her. But however, it's a lesson learned. legislators. These three branches of government literally are the reason we are backward.
Yeah, but she spoke against them. She said it. If you go to the speech, she criticized them for damaging our society.
Yeah. So fellow Liberians, let us not look at Dr. Rapta as an anti-government. No, I understand some people are trying to defend because it is quote unquote they think it is their regime in power. No, this is not about regime. Look at Putu Aya man, my brother. I just drove from the southeast. Since America implicated our company left, Putu Aya man have implicated the entire Nigeria country. Zweju is like a ghost camp. Putu Mount that we used to go 12 o'clock in the night. You say CGB to swallow. All of those places come to ghost camp. Okay, America, if you think if Russia or money that place, they had a company, Konoko. Why don't you bring your own company? We have Putu Aya marketing. We shop it. Go through the south, you see timbers. You look at the forest, you say, yeah, this country is blame rich. So we want us to stand by ourselves. Our leaders who are listening to us, it is time you stand. You forget about the America. Our money.
Thank you so much. Calls on 07 or the women line on 0776-549122. For the ladies, 0776-549122. Let's take this person. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning. I'm Leo calling from Police Academy.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
The issue I having the going it was not a bad thing. But then when you look at it, it says America for us. Where were they when the other countries used to come here and infringe on our rights? We came up by saying we want to be an independent state. Now we declare our intention to now recognize us as an independent state. So why is it that when we talk against them,
Hold on. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, my brother. Let's take somebody from the ladies line. Good morning.
Hello. Yeah, good morning.
Yes, sir. Your name, where you joining us from?
My name is Mr. Smith. I'm calling from the Kesari Bolivar.
Okay.
Yeah, my brother, I've been listening to all of the callers. For the Juratonese issue, you won't touch the right. Yeah, we have been going through them. I don't think anything for the representative for the embassy to work on. She said freedom of speech.
Yeah.
And she spoke her mind. Our auditor spoke her mind. She spoke to our president. Please, if you don't be careful, you will be more than the past government. I don't see people to be making noise around all the woman for America to support for what? Like someone said, you go to the embassy, I carried somebody there before. You always stay outside there. Even they say you supposed to go for interview, swear people start living in her 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
America like a super call to us that when you don't go and you go to dinner, people fainting all on the ground because the money they can spend, they got special place to send you to go do medical. What's that? Yes, America, there are family people there, they're working, but when someone never they come down, nothing you can get from for them because they can really use them. So now our government officials help us, our senators, our representatives, they take a whole lot of big money around here. Somebody taking 50,000. This is our country. Then somebody in the community said, even on 26 days, some people didn't have food to eat. My brother. This is the country that we live in. No one is more Liberian than us. So now our officials sit down and go through this place. Thank you, my brother. Have a blessed day.
Thanks so much, man, for calling. I appreciate your call. Okay, so that's it. We still taking your calls 0778-665-699. Let's take this person. Good morning, welcome.
Good morning, Punch FM.
Yes, sir.
Article is Destiny Ike Seaton, CEO National Regular Record of Liberia. To the issue, the orator said a lot of good things. People have to be objective. The orator provided the enough need to be overhauled. That's true because our pensioners have not been benefiting over the years. She talked about the legislature. She talked about what we've been saying, the coming of the machines welcoming, but the due process and not been followed so far. When she came to America, she did not provide how is America benefiting highly for Liberia, then Liberia is benefiting from America. First and foremost, America is not obligated to Liberia. America can do without, Liberia can do without America. Sure. But it's a mindset. It's a mindset. So it's unfortunate you have to I'm not calling on his face saying Liberia cannot do with America.
Yes,
no,
I saw that post yesterday. I was so...
that is very belated. It's unpatriotic. It's silent for a man who are Southern Minister, well being now, Senator. It's silent. The lady did not provide the information. How is America benefiting from Liberia? The issue about people going to the embassy of America near the Monrovia and they are out. It's about the government. The government needs to engage America. The friendship America have with Liberia, like can be a visa-free country. America is giving $160 million every 12 months. Liberian go to the job. My brother who called I think in Maryland, he know that of student advocates. People see the jobs across the country. Liberian need one another. We need one another. So our problem is not about America. It's about us. Okay. What happened to the ministers? When the decision of the minister is taking the director, the representative, Liberia said, oh, do we put country first? No. We don't put country first. We put our self-interest first. We don't put country first. We don't put the masses first. So America is not obligated to Liberia. They literally need to have an opportunity to provide the data, the scientific proof, how America is giving for Liberia and Liberia is giving for America. Okay. And they're done. We disagree with her, and again, we also disagree with the Chargé affair. Even though it's freedom of speech, but yes, on Friday, for her to have worked out in that national program is not a good reflection. But again, she yet to provide the data how America is benefiting immensely for Liberia. They put the money.
All right.
America didn't force you.
All right. Thank you so much. Now take other callers. Good morning. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, sir. Your name is joining us from?
Okay, my name is Kulok Professor Peter, and I tweet on you from Jersey Road, Junction.
All right. Go ahead.
I want to say thank you to accept me on your show this morning. Brother, I listened to your conversation. What I understood from there is that actually our problem is ourselves, like the previous caller said. What the ambassador did, although it's wrong by her leaving the gallery, but let's look at it honestly. If Liberians who have taken similar steps that you speak against my nations in a public gathering, it hurts me if I had a law of my country. I will excuse the gathering because you have said something that upset me, that hit my soul. I will excuse the gathering that show that I love my country, I have feeling for my country. So, but then in interest of the bringing us down to the nation that's able. So our legislatures, let's just say our three branches of government, like the previous say, these are the problems within this nation. If these people can go together and re-strategize their idea and bring back Liberia's value, it will be very easy.
Okay.
Yeah, so thank you.
All right. Let's take another caller here this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, boy guy. Good morning to your holy studio.
Yeah, welcome.
So I'm Claudius to be there, the head of the Concerned Motorcyclist Advocacy Movement, and I joined from the city of Kingsville.
Okay.
Yeah, so regarding the orator speech on the 26th of July, I don't know why Liberians keep criticizing or critiquing negatively this speech. We think America is being regarded and rewarded as a follower of democracy, and democracy comes with the actual freedom of speech, that people should have the free will to express and have the will to sit in dialogues. So if the orator comes within her speech and says that America has received more than what they gave to Liberia, I, Claudius, want to also concur with her because I also believe that America does not do anything that is not in their interest. America seek their interest. America won't be giving Liberia 163 million or more without getting anything out. We understand there are companies in Liberia. There were companies in Liberia. We can name these companies and tell us and go to their real operational places to tell what are the dividend, what they did, what they left behind.
What they left behind for Liberia? That's the question.
Besides that, we also know here that Liberia is an independent state. We should learn to be independent instead of having our officials of government protecting and defending our green cards and protecting the goods and livelihood of Liberians there in America and trying to just gamble the country instead of say that, the woman, she disrespected America, she abused America. I should also make the public to understand, yes, indeed, that the Shashi affair disrespected Liberia. She insulted the president. If you can also if you follow the speech, the orator looked in the face of the president, call your attention and call him Mr. President. He looked in her face, and then she told him and said that these are your errors. These are things you have done in a short period of time. These are things I believe you have to work on. So should the president say that the orator insulted him?
No.
The Shashi said they respected Liberia. We are an independent state. We stand our own despite we need allies. It doesn't mean that you are my friend. You can buy me something or you can afford to give me one or two things. So meaning you should respect me at every level. I think what the government did, the American government did to the Shashi affair was completely gross disrespect for our country.
Okay.
And so we Liberians should be joining together to call the American government to apologize to our president instead. One information minister come on one press statement trying to distance the government. What's that? What the lady said in her speech are so wrong.
All right, thank you so much. Let's take somebody from the diaspora. Our brother Douglas. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning. Good morning, and Baka. Thank you for the program. Thank you. You getting me?
Yeah, you are loud and clear. Go ahead. You are live.
Thank you. Last week on a call, I said that some of the things that we take to be freedom of speech is not really freedom of speech. People spewing things that don't have facts. You know, some of our people, they say they go to the big schools, they give information that not factual. Number one, the woman said that America haven't done anything for Liberia. That is fallacy. America put me a lot of money. Although with all that, we know that America have zero problem. Look, my brother, I think that woman did that because she lives in Europe. We see America's problem. America want to be friends with you when they're getting something from you, you know. They're getting Liberia on their side to get the voting records. And I always say, let's change our flag and we get one of our local dialects to be a national dialect, national language. You know, we don't need the flag is only that way because we were colony or not America. We took everything from America. The capital name, everything. We say we are American.
About us is America.
American. Yeah, we sort of change that narrative. Look, I will always say it. I said that we should change the flag and we'll get one of our languages to be one national language. These are the things that go away from that American. When I see our flag, definitely I don't feel that.
Thank you so much for calling the United Kingdom. Somebody is from the line 0786599. Once again, 07899. Let's take this person. Good morning. Welcome.
Oh, thank you. Morning. My name is Ibrahim Monroe, calling from Dixville residence.
Okay, welcome, sir.
Thank you. What our sister said during the program, that was not wrong. She spoke nothing but the truth. We have America on record that we have a very bad foreign policy. Israel has benefited. America is benefiting from Liberia more than we are benefiting from them. We have them on record also that every leader that we get that will try to create an alliance with any Western state other than America, they will make your government very challenging and difficult and even get rid of you. We have record of presidents that they have gotten rid of. And this is just America. America is not a good country to us. They are fake friends to us, and they are taking and just taking, and we are getting nothing from them. So let us start causing us around. And I want to stand with the deputy minister that I am recommending that President Bokar should read the U.S. government that this lady should not be in our country. We don't need her here. That should be replaced.
The charge affair?
Thank you, man. Yeah.
Okay.
We don't need her here.
All right. Thanks so much. 0778-665-699. 0778-665-699 or 0880-561-644. Now take another person. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning. I'm Councilor James Kodapta recording from Police Academy.
Welcome, Council.
Yeah, when it comes to the issue about America and Liberia, we should understand the dynamic of relationship. First of all, America pay more attention into our foreign policy. We have set up this country, have been trapped into the American system, and that is going to make us that we are not going to be developed in any means. Because when it comes to these multinational companies that is operating, majority of these companies is for under America. When Russia or China want to come in, they have to go high on your government so that they can get rid of Russia or China. How can you be having one of the largest rubber plantation in West Africa, and you don't even have a factory to produce a shower slipper? That's impossible. Now we have seen different dynamic in Africa. You see, three states have left ECOWAS.
Yeah.
Three major states have left ECOWAS. It's a blow to America and to the European people. The level of exploitation is high in Africa, and we are not growing. The natural resources of Africa belongs to Africans. That is, it will give us the opportunity to go to the bank and take loan for a very low interest rate to improve our own life. We are living on a high constraint. Can America see this? Other countries, we are still colonized by these people, and they are still treating us like we are nothing. We cannot keep going on like this. Other people are now finding a different trend. Other people are finding a different trend, a different relationship. Our people go for visa and they stay in the rain. Can you believe that? Your own country with that type of land mass that they have, that type of acres of land that we give them. They don't even have place to prepare for our people to sit in there, be drinking a hot coffee and eating lead bread while they wait.
Yeah.
They have to be sitting on the street. Let's be real here, man. She was so fair. She was so fair. If I have $1 million, I could get half $1 million. Right?
Council, we can have more of a conversation tomorrow. We will extend your invitation by 9 o'clock tomorrow, but we will call you.
Okay, no problem.
All right, thanks so much. Yeah, that's it. We can have more of that conversation with the council on tomorrow at 9 o'clock. We'll send him an invitation. We'll make a phone call to him so he can be here with us tomorrow morning. Good morning. Your name is joining us from?
Well, thank you, Braga. Let me say good morning to you. Braga, this is Bobby Abu Mexico. I joined the discussions for this this morning as they come. Braga, let me appreciate you guys and let me appreciate our strong orator on our July 26th. She spoke well, and that is the reason why some of us continue to hear her, because she spoke true to power. We are aware that this country is direct when it comes to the symbol, national anthem, the flag, everything is a direct representation of America. So we are expecting America to do more in this country. Okay, let's be real. The speech, I don't know how we are still the speech when we do America, but lots of people say within the speech, but because America walk or they got the truth to walk on, because you don't want to hear the hard truth, and so today, for America with the strong, who value freedom of speech, that he needed to stand there
and listen to what this lady was saying. Because she said they had you, and we all know that they had you. Brother, you have to take the Japanese government to fix the Japanese fee. We have America where what they have done. They are European Union. They have to take them to be our rule in this country. Since they want the Apple, what the Americans have done, they want that the people. That's what they have done, brother. They are not doing nothing.
All right.
So we can tell them they had you. We say they had you, they want to get angry.
Thank you so much, my brother, for calling in. Now take Kwewu on this other line. Kwewu been calling in. Now take Kwewu on this line. Good morning. Welcome.
Thank you, Baka. And let me say good morning to you and Harris and the Liberian people. This morning for me, I'll be careful not to call my name because it is now proven that America cannot stand criticism or cannot stand critiquing, right? So, because don't be surprised. People who call it and don't be surprised tomorrow go for visa.
No, they go that low. They will never go that low.
I'm telling you seriously, Baka. I'm telling you seriously. Let's be clear. If these people can be brave to say respect our president and the government of Liberia to walk out of a program in the name of disagreeing. Okay, now let's agree. Since you walk out in expressing disagreements, why did you send a reporter? Why did you send a communication to clarify or to rebut any statement? So my suggestion or my thinking, you should have set into that program. When the program ends, then you go. Right? Then America have benefited immensely from this country. Right? Look, let's be clear. America put Liberian life at risk in the hands of Germany here. Show me what infrastructure in this country you can point out. We can point out the ministerial complex at China. We can point out one of the campuses of the University of Liberia at China. We can point now at the Mobile Application Center at China. Show me what infrastructure building in this country you can point out.
They may say that JFK, you know, since when they built JFK, okay, if they were building hospitals or schools across the country, but now we are pointing to many schools and hospitals in the country.
Brother, exactly. Let's be clear with it, Harris. This thing is not about sugar coating. Harris, I know you may be a friend. I know you may be honest. Yes, I know, because God, you see what I'm doing? So, like Harris said, the government officials are not disagreeing with it. Yeah, they are not disagreeing with it because the government officials are afraid they are being. That if you disagree, if we bring a suggestion and you disagree with us, so anything they bring on the table, our government officials subscribe to it because they are afraid they are afraid to be punished. And I know that's how my brother has. You may be intimidated, but I'm free. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We take two more calls, then we take our guest. My man, I take a meter. Okay. When I order for everybody, you be careful with your words. Let's take somebody else this morning on the line. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, Bokai.
Yes, sir.
And the listeners.
Your name, where you joining us from? Welcome.
Okay. My name is John G. Sipo, and I'll call you from Peace Island, Somalia Drive.
I thought you were afraid to call your name because you go for visa to they deny it.
I will never be afraid to call my name anywhere, my young man.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Look, let's talk about this auditor speech. If you hang yourself on the road, who will swim you?
Yeah.
Right? Okay. America is not good to us. America is dead to us. All that thing what we're talking, what the people talking, I take it to be nothing. How many of our senators, family members living in China? How many of our senators, family living in Germany? All of them living in America.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. So when the fire plantation came here, when they put the farm down, Nobody ever came out from the senator or whatsoever to tell the American people, say, look, you are putting your farm, create a factory here. They have never only to say take tax to us, and the taxes the people pay, where is it going? In individual pockets.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So because we are our own country. Brother, this country, if you say you are doing away from America, zero for you. When as we see, go to the embassy, put any there, waiting for visa. Pay $250 for visa. They will rush to go pay. Why they can't go to the Chinese embassy to pay that money and go to China? Eh? Every day America like this, America like this. When they send $5 to you, $5 US, $5 which money you protect more? The US dollars. We don't even respect our own currency. So we don't respect ourselves. They will use you any kind of way you want. You tell a woman, say you got boyfriend, then woman say I don't want you. What you say? Your woman, you woman can't confess you got boyfriend. The man say, let's start the relationship. Where you going?
They finish.
Learn to beg. They only talk about Russia. You're not talking about that one. The people in the parliament, they are taking the money. You're not talking about that one. Only the people, the woman, and she talk about America, the charges after workout, they say freedom of speech, freedom of movement.
Social move.
Period. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much, and I love this conversation this morning. We'll not talk about this tomorrow again. Or when we're talking about it, we are bringing a guest to discuss it. So we'll stop the call-in segment of the show because we already have our guest here with us this morning. That will take us up until 10 o'clock. From now up until 10, we have Pastor Jeff. Pastor Jeff is somebody I've been knowing from a very long time. He's pastoring a church there on the Elfield Sinker, and sometimes he becomes critical. Yeah, and he's one of the voices that talk criticality when it comes to our body politics, mess up with politics, religions and other things. So we do having this morning to discuss some national issues, but we'll begin with his ministry. Let me say good morning to you, Pastor Jeff, and welcome to the Punch Breakfast Show this morning.
Thank you, Mr. Kamara. Thank you so much.
Just address to the microphone a bit to the program. Okay. All right. So welcome.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kamara.
It's good to have you this morning. How's the ministry?
By the special grace of God, we are there. God is doing marvelous in the ministry by his grace, and we are getting there gradually.
I must appreciate you. You've been holding that ministry down for quite a long time, and there have been a lot of improvement. Kudos to you.
Thank you so much. That's the grace of God. God to be God. Not my strength, that's God. That's the doing of God,
Okay, so what are we looking at this morning? You are here. We begin with religions and later jump into some other things because I know you are a vocal man. You've been in the landline. You've been talking. Sometimes you chip on politics. Sometimes you do religions. But we're talking religions and politics this morning. And let's begin with what are you observed so much religious? Why when it comes to our government and religious? Some people may say the religious advisor right now, the former religious advisor now the main in jail for corruption. Some of these things come out, and you people are there molding the minds of people following God. Why is that staying on some of these things?
All right, thank you, Mr. Kamara, and thank you to the family of Punch. When it comes to Liberia, it is always good to know that the church have a major role to play in the country. There's a difference between nation and country.
Yeah.
When we talk about nation, we're talking about the people. And the country is the geographical location.
Okay.
And so the church have a lot to do. And the next thing is the issue of religious. You see, like one time, someone was talking about the issue of the Christianity. You know, Christianity, first of all, is not a religion. Christianity is a way of life, the way you live. So it's not a religion. No, Christianity is no, they are not. It's a way of life. And those that call them Christian in Antioch, when the people saw the attitude, the characteristics of those people, now that word Christian means Christ-like. Like someone would say, "Oh, is that Braka's son?" Yeah, see, it's Braka's son because you know, like father, like son. And so they are linking us to the characteristics of Christ. That's the word Christian. Now, the church have a major role to play in this country.
Okay.
And the major role the church has to play, one of the keys the church have to look at is the area of evangelism and truth telling. Truth telling. If you look at the House of Parliament, it's all Christians and Muslims. Christians and Muslims. They are there. People complain, they know what is going on. And even the people in the house, they themselves are complaining. With the promise, say, oh, when I get in the house, you know, I will turn the whole community of my district into small America. And when they get there, the story change. The problem is not them. The people in the House of Parliament, they are not our problem. They themselves don't know. I remember one time when the election was getting closer, and that I heard one of our senators, you know, and one of the vocal senators, and Senator Darius Dallon, and on one of his shows, he was complaining. He said he couldn't really understand what that's the time there was the incident between Tada Ure and the folks are seeing. Yeah, when they had that. Yeah, in Logitan. Yeah, okay. When they had that. And everybody was like, we don't know what's going on. You will not know. Now, let's go back to our constitution. There's something called preamble. The preamble is the foundation upon which the constitution is built. Now, you will hear people saying Liberia was built on a Christian principle. Then you ask whoever saying that Liberia was built on a Christian principle, ask them, when you talk about Christian principle, what are you saying? Let them explain. As long as you don't know this thing, my brother, let me tell you, you can even bring someone who came from Pluto and place them in the House of Parliament, you will experience what we are experiencing. But by the spiritual grace of God, gradually we are getting there. So the church have a role to play. Now, if you look in our studio, you see the air condition, you see the microphones, you see the computers, you see our cell phone. Now, but you are not seeing the power source.
Yeah. But everything is
the
working.
The generator is not yet. The spiritual life of this country have been tempered. And along the spiritual life of this country have been tempered. Trust my brother, you even put injured at that executive mansion, you will still cry the cry you are crying. So the church have a lot to play. All those people in the House of Parliament, they are in churches. They are imams. If you will be my son in the church, the first thing, when you are at the Capitol building, you are an honorable person. When you come at the church for service, you are a congregation. I have to teach you. My responsibility as a pastor, as a man of God, is to teach you the mind of God for Liberia. So until we go back, now, are you seeing anything of encouragement? No. Are we praying for improvement? Yes, we do pray for improvement. Let me get you to this place of how you call the place here? PHP. If you read Genesis chapter 4, God called Cain. He reminded Cain. He told Cain about what was about to happen to Cain. King didn't pay attention. When King killed his brother, he asked, "Where's your brother? I'm my brother keeper." He said, "Your brother's blood is crying vengeance. Go at the PHP. It's a very large development there. People go there, they have their airstream, kill their girlfriends, their husbands, their wives, and people marry. But that place called PHP, the building that there was not to be there. That same place was the place that 13 men were executed.
Yeah.
Are you aware? Do you think that the grandchildren of those people who were executed, do you think they will go there to EX3?
I don't think so.
Do you think the wives of those people, their brothers, do you think they will go there to EX3 or to drink juice and wine or to dance home and ways? They will not. Do you think those people who blood wasted, who lost their life, do you think their blood is crying for peace for Liberia? No. Do you think those 13 men that were executed based upon a crime of corruption? Are we now still experiencing corruption?
We are.
People were executed. My people are buried for the lack of knowledge.
I'm quiet a bit when I listen to you on the basis, and someone listening this morning is a bit confused when you say that those are the Capitol buildings, those in the executive, and those are said at the Supreme Court are not the problems, but rather it is a spiritual foundation that is lacking. I mean, someone is thinking they're the ones that have the authority to make the laws as governors, to make the determination of how the state resources should be used, and all of these things. So if you taking the blame of them, I'm saying from them, and want to equip it to spiritual foundation. I mean, I'm still a bit struggling to understand the spiritual foundation that we have over the years failed to build, of which the country is the way it is currently.
Okay, let me tell you something, and all those are furthering. Now listen, there's something we call manipulation. If this particular community is manipulated and you get into that community, spiritually you can be manipulated and do what you're not supposed to do. Now, this country, instead of being a Christian nation, we are not Christian nation now. We are a secular state. Are you aware? And the spirit of secularism controls the nation, the country. The Capitol building as well, you will see also the cornerstone of the Masonic craft. It's right there. On the Capitol building. That asks your question. What is it doing there? Ask a question. When you are entering the Capitol building from the executive mansion side, on the right, you will see 3 questions. On the wall.
Yeah.
And you will see we are coming. Who are you coming? Where are you going? And for what purpose? So, if you don't know what's happening, you can be manipulated spiritually. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about where they went there and they know what to do. You can be manipulated. You can be manipulated. Repeat, you can be manipulated. How many times have we not called? 2005, we sang a song here. Before 2005, we sang a song. You came out man, you came out power, vote for you.
Yeah. You noble, you're not noble.
And 2005, what was the song?
You know, boy, not no boy, I'll vote for you.
Then 2004, we came to a place supporting Her Excellency Ellen Johnson Sirleaf in the chair. Well known, well connected, well educated, Harvard graduate, 12 years. After 12 years, we came to a place. A Nathan son took over.
You know, boy, not no book.
Before that, himself, that he went back to school. He said, I don't know book. He went back to school to erase the argument, which every Liberian appreciated the law. He went back to school and earned his degree. To see. I'm staying in short, my brother. If we keep doing this, we're not getting results. And that's why the church is supposed to come in. The church is supposed to come in. And thank God, every one of them that I'm talking about, these are people that have roots in the church. That have roots.
But do you think that the church haven't been doing much?
The church need to
improve.
Yeah.
Okay.
The church need to. And you see, the church, let me tell you something. From the biblical point of view and from the mind of God for Liberia, Liberia is blessed. Liberia is blessed. If you want to know that Liberia is blessed, leave Liberia. Liberia is blessed. But until we can handle these things, we will not see. Guinea will be turning 68, if I'm not mistaken, this year.
And we are 177.
Ghana, 1957. Guinea, 1958. Liberia, 177. You can't compare Liberia with Guinea when it comes to raw. You can't do that. That would be injustice. You can't compare Liberia to Ghana when it comes to raw. Why? So the church, like I was saying, the church have a major. One time I was on Voice FM, and I was telling the people that, look, the founding father of this country, the founding father and the first president of the Republic of Liberia, Joseph Jenkins Rabo, the late president, he was a reverend at the man of the church. He served as a reverend. So he was the founding father. He was a reverend and the president, first president. Are you following?
Following closely. Yeah.
So we got a lot to do. The church have to improve. Now, if you read Isaiah and the mind of God for Liberia and the church, the church is not to be on a particular politician side or going into, amount of way to know, but the church supposed to direct. The church supposed to lead. The church supposed to rebuke. The church supposed to teach. The church supposed to encourage. If anything going wrong in the country, the church can call the president to attention. Thank God the president will have spiritual, and that word we don't need religious ambassador. We need spiritual ambassador. Yeah. I will advise His Excellency Joseph Jima Boaka Senior. We raise that issue of religious ambassador. We need spiritual ambassador. We need people that will hear from God. We need people that will tell you the man of God. We need people that will speak truth to power. We need people that will look in the eyes of the president and tell you, Mr. President, you are not proceeding according to the mind of God. Because Liberia, this country, Liberia, as long you as the president shift from the mind of God for Liberia, you are out. I hear people complaining, the woman. Let me tell you something. where we are now, we can't stand to disrespect America. No, you can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do that. I'm not responsible for what you're going through. You are. America have done a lot. They have done a lot. And they are still doing. In the first term of Ellen Johnson said it, I sent to be corrected. George Bush, former President George Bush, what he sent to us a gift.
Have benefited immensely from this country, that exploited our resources, extracted our resources from our country. And for instance, the Bone Range, the Nimba Mountain, the Putu, and other places, we as ordinary citizens, the trickle-down effect on our life is not being felt. So she was speaking as a native person. She was speaking as an ordinary mother that is feeling a pinch downstairs.
Mr. Kamara,
yeah.
Who do you blame?
I may want to say we blame ourselves. In a sense that we haven't been pushing for more and haven't been.
How many government officials waiting for you and them to meet at the bank to stand in the line, in the queue? How many of them?
They want to be ahead. They just go and pass and go upstairs and do that.
How many of our Liberian brothers who get late cash will be able to stand in a queue? So the problem is system. That system you're talking about. My brother, when you go out of my house, you sit to where I want you to sit. When I came, I stood there, you welcome me in, you told me to sit in the chair, and I sat.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't come and be jumping all around here in the studio. No, I can't do that. Why? So you respect me as a client man. Well, I can't just be jumping up. You have to tell me to sit. And where you will tell me to sit, where I will sit.
I'm thinking this morning, your account. That your account this morning clearly exempt those officials from all of the blames game that Liberia.
No.
Because I'm coming now. Judging from your account, you have said that those at the capital are not the ones to be blamed. Those at the executive mansion are not the ones to be blamed. So Liberians listening this morning, we want to take that account and say, the clergymen have said that we should not blame the leaders. They are not the one to blame. This is spiritual. So because it's spiritual, all of us, we are not cleansed of the spirit. We still have, the sins on our head. So this problem continue to exist. With this your account, that's how those lawmakers as well, we want to save themselves from the conversation.
Okay. I said something about the Apollo Church.
Mm-hmm.
Are they educated?
You want to adjust the microphone?
Have they been told?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm having a lawmaker from the church, someone that I know in the church as a lawmaker, I've told him or her that the house that you're about to go in, yes, the house. Yes, have you not heard people saying, or in the past, when I go there, I will make law, I will do this, I will do that. Are you seeing it?
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying is that now that these people have to be told, that's where the church will come in to sensitize, to let those people know, here is our problem. As long as these people are not told or displayed or informed about this problem, my brother, what I'm saying to you here, you can even change the government come 2029. You will still experience what I'm saying here.
Doesn't mean that the church has swayed its position.
No. That does not mean that. What I'm trying to say, the church have to improve. Yeah, the church have to exercise improvement in the way we send out this information. Like I said earlier, even our present president is from the Baptist church. He's an elder. Thank God for his life and thank God for all those around him. God believing God for conflict. It came to a place where there's an incident that happened. I don't know car away, and she took the blame. Where did they go? We saw 25 million or 25, 16 billion. Well, all the money, people hearing their names. What I'm saying here is something that we have to look at critically. Once these things are not addressed, Baka, we go nowhere. We go nowhere. I was talking to one bishop the other day, and once upon a time, he came to a place where he heard the church were coming in way to make Liberia a Christian nation. They were calling for signature. Did you hear that one day?
Yeah.
The church were asking for signature.
Yeah.
And I spoke with the bishop, and he said, son, we don't need to call for signature to make Liberia a Christian nation. We don't. In Matthew 28, Jesus said, go into the world. Let us play the man of God for Liberia. Let us play the purpose of God for Liberia. Let us play. Let journalists get to know. Let politicians get to know. Let past and present presidents get to know. Our former president, Her Excellency Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, grew up on a Christian home. Are we teaching Bible today in school? What are we teaching? Religious education. Right? Religious education. And listen, before you go to the line, let me tell you something. We heard the other time about the issue of passing gay rights and people gay and all those kind of things, and people all up having riot. Now, the spirit of secularism, by right, the spirit, you see the reason why we are resisting and we are fighting against the spirit of secularism and the state that we are in now. That one I hear people fighting. Oh no, that no, we can't put gay right, we can't have the color. But by reason of the state we are on or we are living in, you're supposed to allow.
We're supposed to allow.
Of course.
Does that mean you're calling for it?
You calling for
I'm not calling for it. I'm telling you.
I'm taking a very serious account towards that. Reverend.
My brother, let me come in. I come in now. I come in. That what I say. I pray that God help you. Liberia was built on a Christian principle. We remove that. And we are living in a secular state. Go to your go to the dictionary and look for that word secular state. Go and look for your definition. So if a teacher comes in the class and tells you guys, today we're doing open book test. I mean, you close the book. I mean, we're going in the notes.
Do anything if you're doing.
Do anything if you're doing. I'm not saying we need to I'm in my dream, in the next world, and this, but I'm telling you that we left from that being a Christian nation, and now we are living in a secular state. And the spirit of secularism that we are walking on or living on, it's just the grace of God. But we're supposed to do something not happy. This something not happy. Throughout the church. Now, for this information, I'm sorry to say, I think you just can't know if this information. But that's the reality. the spirit of secularism controls the country. So the church have to get on her feet and do more.
We have two. There's two religions in Liberia.
Yeah.
Predominantly.
Yeah.
We have the Muslims, and the Christians.
And the Christians.
So when I continue to listen to you mention the church, that it shows that it is the church that bears a greater responsibility. It shows that the church now currently to where the country is, as per your view, from being a Christian nation to a secular state. If we can turn back to the wisdom of our forefathers that having Liberia as a Christian nation, it means a greater responsibility is on the church now as we speak.
Right.
Then someone is thinking, what about our Muslim brothers and sisters as well? I mean, do they carry similar responsibility?
Enter the church and the mosque. And cleverly they're trying to brainwash our brothers out there, both the Christians and the Muslim, to bring the issue. I have my wife is from a Muslim background. The Muslims are our brothers. Does the Muslim support gay right?
No.
No. Does the Muslim support a child honor it disrespecting elder?
No.
No. Does the Muslim allow corruption?
So
does the Muslim support? I'm going to tell you, the Muslim that I know, the Muslim that I know, my father-in-law is a Muslim. How do they respect him? I told you my wife came from a Muslim background, and I respect the Muslims a lot. They are our brothers. So the politician came in cleverly, brainwashing, the Christian nation. Yesterday, the Muslim never had any problem with that. In the 80s, in the 70s, Muslims were here. There's no way, no one can come to me and tell me that I can't go against Muslim. Most of my brothers in Liberia. No. But the Muslims themselves, they are aware that as long God is in control, and if the Muslims do believe in God, which of course I 100% believe that the Muslims believe in God, they will not disapprove God taking control over Liberia. They will not disapprove.
The Christians taking
God being not the Christian taking. I'm saying God taking control. I'm not saying Christian, because if you're using the word the Christian will be in charge, then that's a problem.
Okay.
No, I cannot say that the Christians will be in charge. No, I'm saying for God to be in control.
So how can God be in control without Muslim or Christian be in charge? How can God take control?
Does the Muslim to where we fell?
That means
Jesus double sang the song. Jesus double sang the song. He said, "Don't look at where you fell down. Look at where you stood on your toes."
So we stumble our toes to changing from being a Christian state,
a Christian nation
to a secular. So when we to look back to where we stumble our toes, we still see the Christian nation stands there. So if we're saying that God should take control, but we should not dwell on the phrase the Christian nation, then we still have a problem to where we stumble our toes.
Who will have a problem?
So the problem here is by going back to our past, that we are a Christian nation, where we to hold our account constantly. I mean, as per your explanation, that even though by then when we embrace a conversation that Liberia was a Christian nation, we had our Muslim our Muslims brothers and sisters that at the time welcome to conversation and live in peace and harmony. So I'm saying there's no wrong now if we're you to call for Liberia to be a Christian state moving forward as well.
My brother. My brother. Let me say this.
Go ahead.
Yesterday, before the war, before politicians coming in or people coming in with the issue of the Muslim, I was listening to Spoon FM day before yesterday. Are you aware that the Fulanis are coming up to be placed into records as a trap in the Republic?
That's what I've been overhearing.
You see how far we are gone? Waka? I heard on Spoon that the Fulanis are coming in to ask the government to place them on records instead of being out. According to them, they want to be part for that trap. I see what we are heading. And the argument now is they were born here. So the number of tribes we have there that history gave to us, we are about to remove it if and only if, and add the Fuda tribes and put the Fuda tribes of Republic of Liberia,
making it 17.
Are you following me? Where are we heading? I'm asking you, Waka.
I don't get the point. You said dropping that.
I'm telling you that the Muslims yesterday were here. There's no way you can separate the Muslims of Liberia from Liberia. They were here. The issue were not race. They never had problem. If anyone tells me that the Muslims are problem, are troublers, I will tell you no, they are not. The Muslims are peace-loving people, but the politicians have managed their way. And now start brainwashing, oh, you know, and you can't allow the Christian nation, you can't allow them one. Let me tell you, if a Muslim man is qualified, if a Muslim man is having the qualification and having the favor from the Liberian people and can be voted for, who am I?
Head of the Islam, head of the religion council. Both Muslim and Christian.
Apart from my brother, if you work out now as a Muslim, contesting for presidency and the Liberian people vote for you, who am I to say no? Are you not a Liberian?
I'm a Liberian.
But Bwaka is aware that this country that I'm leading, this country has a foundation. So Bwaka will know exactly. He'll be going accountable. Then I ask a question: is Bwaka against God taking charge? He said no. So the Muslims have no problem. Any Muslim calling now saying they have problem with Liberia becoming a Christian nation as you were before, then I will begin to know which side you are trading for.
Okay, let's go to the full line.
We gotta get to the full line.
Even the Bwaka, apart from Bwaka, there are a lot of Muslims that I know. Being a clergyman, they have respect for me. I know them. Their sister at the executive mansion. Not Ability, but Kula Fofana. Kula Fofana has served as a VP to her. Graduated from the same school.
Folks, 0778665699. Pastor Jeff is here with us this morning. We are talking politics and religion here on this morning edition of the Punch Breakfast Show. You can call now on 0778 665699 or 0880 644 if you're a lady, you want to be a part of it, you can call on 0776 549122. Yeah, let's go to the phone line. Take our first caller here quickly. Good morning. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for the community discussion. Yeah, I admire the talking at the past.
They still guess.
Yeah, they still guess. You know, they meant talk intensively. Because they play with some our toes. Local. I want to say.
Yeah.
Support this law because in then the cool is something in our heart on new to the people. They need that. But before you say, if someone put it in your heart, demand your heart or be in your heart. Before you do anything in our house, ask the person who put it in our house. My people, what I'm gonna do, or type for me, what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Or being like the people in your house, you just do anything that you want to do because the person put in your house. No.
All right. Thank you so much. Let's take this person here quickly on the line. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, brother.
Yes, sir. Your name is joining us from?
My name is Emmanuel MK Jackson. I'll join you from Broad Street this morning.
Okay, email. Welcome. Quickly, 1 minute.
Thank you very much. Let me take this time to appreciate your studio guests. I very appreciate his episode this morning. But to be very sincere and honest, the only way we can stop anything from happening in this country is for taking the country from secular state to either a Muslim nation or a Christian nation.
Yeah.
Because the war secular state, it means the place belongs to anybody, and we can do anything we want to do there. So I don't know why sometimes when the Muslim brother come out to say they want a holiday, people can have issue with it. When the people come out to say they want gay right, even though 100%, 120% against the gay right, but people will be also right to come out and say they want their own right because they believe that the nation is free and anything can happen there. So all we can do is talk to politicians so that they can stop doing what they are doing, because someone will go to election and tell the people say, "Oh, when I will make sure I give you a holiday." What's the know that it's not possible?
All right, thank you so much, Ime, for calling in. We take Jeremiah Bena just to read all the news headline. Right after that, we'll come back. We'll take 2 more calls. Then we'll cross over to Pastor Jeff. This we need to find out time again. A lot of people have interest in the conversation. Jeremiah, good morning.
Morning, Walker, and welcome to the news summary at 10 with me, Jeremiah Bednar. Bon County District 6 Representative Mensa Briggs is calling for the recall of U.S. Strategy Affairs Catherine Rodriguez by the U.S. government following a controversial incident during Liberia's Independence Day ceremony. The incident occurred when Madam Rodriguez and the U.S. delegation walked out during the orations by Dr. Raquel Ninja Pele during the 177th Independence Day celebration over the weekend. Dr. Pele alleged that the United States is benefiting more from its relationship with Liberia than vice versa, something she said is a complete reduce. Representative Mensa described Madam Rodriguez's action as disrespectful and a desertion to Liberia, prompting her to demand an official recall of the diplomat. Liberia 177th Independence Day orator Dr. Raquel Ninja Pele has expressed concern about the outsized influence of the United States in Liberia transition justice process. In her oration over the weekend, she called for a new strategic partnership based on mutual benefit and disabusing the notion that Liberia has a special relationship with America. According to Dr. Pele, the so-called special relationship only exists in imagination, as the U.S. States was one of the last countries to recognize Liberia independence. President Joseph Njoman Boakai has applauded the sacrifices of indigenous Liberians, including the founding fathers who envisioned a land of freedom, liberty, and justice for all. Speaking at the 177th Independence Day celebration over the weekend in Monrovia, the Liberian leader also paid tribute to champions of democracy who, by their sweat, tears, and blood, a new culture of democracy was birthed. President Boakai emphasized that it is time for Liberians to embrace the true values of freedom and work together to provide opportunities for every Liberians to live a dignified life. The news summary.
Thanks so much. We still take your calls, like 3 more calls, then we cross over to Harris. You've been following the conversation.
Of course, yeah, we'll take more calls.
3 more calls. 0778-665-699. Let's take this person here quickly. Good morning, welcome.
Yeah, good morning, brother, and good morning to your guests.
Okay. Yeah.
Is relative, and there are some other issues that need to be done regularly. The issue discussion to reach to give them information to know what the next step to taking about the remedial and decide on their own. And another issue he raised up concerning the proposal about the Muslim or the I call it concerning that to be a librarian. Yes, indeed, some of them were given bribe yet, and no children remedial go to become adults. But we in which way are we going to include them? We did not deny them citizenship, but in which country are we going to include them to be part of? It is Maserati or which country are we going to include them to be part of the 16th tribe of Liberia?
All right, thanks so much. We take two more calls: 0778-665-699 or 0880-561-644. Keep your calls coming in. Two more, then we wrap it up on today's edition of the Punch Breakfast Show. 0778-665-699 or 0880-561-644. At the lines that you can call, and you will be live with us. Let's take this caller here quickly. Good morning. Oh, we messed up on our call. This caller, I don't know why your call keep dropping. Let's take somebody from this angle here quickly. Good morning. Yes, sir. Welcome.
Good morning to the studio on the second segment. One time, my name is Small for me from the Commandant Peace Island, party. Look, I listened to the guest. He spoke a lot. These are people we elect, we employ. Time for decision making. They do not come to us or even ask us, what is your input as a consequence? They take their own unilateral decision.
Yeah.
These are people that can't say that the last time I want to represent he was instructing the people how to come to how to beg again. You got to put up a car and go to the house. We will be a hotel to go bed. That thing bomb a brown corn the shop. These are guys that say bread. When the way you put the bread on your feet, when you take the clean it and put it in power, they instruct you in return. That thing get to me. I will employ you. When you try to take decisions, you look out to us and ask for our view. You say that you take your own united decision. How you representing me? Your life more better than how you represent me.
Okay. All right. Thanks so much, my brother. Now we'll take our last call. We are out of time already. Good morning. Welcome. Sorry about that. Sorry. You can place in your call back to the number. Let's take this person here quickly. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, studio guys.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah, thank you also much for the program this morning. The topic on the discussion this one, Mark Cardo speaking there for District 10. And this whole issue that we're just talking about, the auditor, talking against the American government. For me, I look at it, she never spoke against the American government. And most of it today that is happening in this country, we said the Congo people were so bad for us. They were using the country to upside down. Look at our country better today, the indigenous children of the land. They say they're educated. People are educated kind of suffer. Look at this government, this regime. Look at what the auditors are doing. The kind of money that's collocated from government. How you expect development to go on? One man best what I want to take it, and for here and family, and make country suffer like this. Everything not start. If all the government start this thing here by protecting the people, it will continue.
All right.
1,000 miles begin for escape.
All right.
You want to say that also should be extra money do.
All
right. Go down. Yes. Then let the government take all the money and you leave the country down like this.
Now, thanks so much for calling in. You are our last call this morning. Harris, you listen to the calls?
Yeah, of course, we get back to
Pastor Jeff.
Pastor Jeff,
you listen to the callers. And a lot of people are in support of your message this morning. They think that you are dealing with the issues.
Okay, thank you so much, and thank God for all this. Let me get to this area of drugs. Between those that are taking the drugs, between and the ones that bring in the drugs. Who the police supposed to really tie, drag, undress, and put behind bar?
The importers.
But who are they dragging now?
The consumers.
You follow what I'm saying? My brother, are you following what I'm saying?
I'm following.
Have you seen the police raiding ghettos and tying those children, cuffing them? During the past government, I saw raiding went on the red. I checked, yes. Those children, where are the drug pushers? No drugs are carried to Liberia. Where are they passing? 140 millions. Millions. 100. Enter in this country. How far have we gone?
Let go of the hookers, the importers. Everybody let go of them. They were free.
That's what I just said. What we are discussing is not carnal. It's highly spiritual. The last caller said something. I think the last caller said something about how can we vote for people, put them into the House of Parliament, and after 3 months, or after 3 or 6 years, or after 5 or 4 years, automatically that person's life changed, and the constituency that person is representing still completely calling the water flood in our place, the water the other world. What happened? What is going? It is not normal, my brother. Waka. It's not normal.
Something happening.
It's not normal. That's why we are praying to God, praying for this government as we've been doing for other government, praying that this government will take a stand. The saying that says, he who preach equities
must come with clients. We gotta go.
People have to be penalized. Not just talking it. And it is confirmed that you stole from Liberia and you stole from Liberians, you have to be penalized. Until we go back to our foundation worker, we will stay experiencing what we are experiencing. And I can assure you, this is not about education. We have well-educated people out there. Liberians are educators. We are well-educated. But something wrong somewhere. And I pray that God will help us and God will deliver this nation and God will deliver this country. God bless you. God bless Punch Evan. God bless the management. And may God grace rest upon your life. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And then we
hope
got
to